Clean Power Alliance, delivering clean energy to over 3 million residents and businesses. Learn more at cleanpoweralliance.org.
Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they want and need to get the job done every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast, so why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change. Paying extra for tire care is BS. You know, bad service. So at Midas, we're rolling out our BS-free tire guarantee. Included with paid installation and tax on every purchase. You'll pay nothing for flat replacements, nada for flat repairs, and zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles. That's $0 for all that. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the BS-free tire guarantee, only at Midas.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap morning show.
A hot Chicana from the barrio keeping it real.
It's a Heina Friday.
It's a Heina Friday.
A hot Chicana from the barrio keeping it real.
Not a Heina that smokes that juice.
You suck and you're gutless.
I want to suck your blood.
It's a Heina Friday.
Yeah, and as somebody who was younger and who was looking out for Big Bro at the time.
But he was young. He wouldn't know not to get married.
Yeah, what the hell would I have known at 21 years old?
He was dropping Miami Heat everywhere.
But that's my point. Don't you see that if he would have said to me, hey, listen, I'm dropping Miami Heat. You should be dropping Miami Heat. Let's go drop Miami Heat together. You know, let's go be Crockett and Tubbs. You know what I mean?
The Sedano and Kap morning show is on the air.
I woke up at 4:30 because I got to go to the bathroom, once. But
only once per night?
Only once, yeah.
Hey, nice prostate.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got nothing to do.
Give me a freaking break.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
How do you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger.
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap morning show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
My girlfriend Jean went to Korea and had salmon sperm injected into her face.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Well,
so
let me tell you something, Mean Gene. That salmon sperm's going to make all the difference tonight, brother.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo? Bit Boy. It's a Heina Friday.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Heina Friday here in the Sedano and Kap morning show.
Yeah.
7:02 and 30 seconds. Come on. Yo. Wake up, mongrels. The mongrel stuff really has grown on me. I got to give Sedano credit for that one. I like that they were talking about doing a mongrel meetup yesterday, mongrel mash, mongrel morning. We're going to get merch made that says mongrel mornings.
I like that. I do. Bunch of people were hitting me up last night, DMing me, going, yo, bro, it's the seventh inning stretch. I'm out here in right field. Where are you?
Were you
And
there?
I'm like, no, I wasn't there. I was sitting on my couch watching the game. It's like, you guys meet up. You're the mongrels. We just suggested that you guys meet up, take pictures, and hit us up.
Right.
How was that long flight, George?
Oh, man, it took forever. It wasn't. It was a little worse only because, well, good and bad. I thought I was going to miss my connection, which would have been terrible.
From where to where? Vegas to where to get to Boston?
To Detroit, because there's only I think I told you, there's only 3 directs to in the daytime from Vegas to Boston. Who knew? And all were sold out by the time I had to make the decision to fly to Boston. So I had to fly to Detroit. We left late, but then my next flight was delayed, so it was fine.
Oh.
But It wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad. It was like,
People
like
forget.
an hour.
Now, all the flights are Sedano class, right?
They are Sedano class,
beautiful.
and I got to see the Dodgers game, which was good.
The Dodgers.
Yeah, so it was good. I got to watch the Dodgers. Yeah. So I watched that. It was fun. Good job, Dodgers, 3-0. So
Boring.
teams that are 3-0 or up 3-0, 40-1, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the number. We all know the one team that was able to do it, and Dave Roberts was on that team. The one team that was able to come back from a 3-0.
Now, when you fly Sedano class, do you purposely take off your jacket just to use that Sedano class closet in the back? I used to do that back in the old days when I flew Sedano class.
Oh, you mean like what kind of? No,
I would
was
purposely
wearing, like, a
take off
zip-up,
something
dude.
just to put it in that closet in the back.
No,
give it down and say,
okay, so
put that away for
that
me.
happens a lot. Usually if I'm doing a game and I'm like hauling ass to the airport afterwards, then that's when the flight attendant will be like, "Sir, can we take your jacket?" I'll be like, "Sure."
I just want to put it to use. I mean,
Yeah.
let's do it.
What if you forget your jacket? Do you still feel
No, they don't let
take
you
something
forget.
off?
They bring it to you.
They'll bring it to you before
No.
they descend.
I mean, like if you forget your jacket on the plane, you said you feel compelled to take something off just to put it in there.
Yeah, but they bring it to you in a
They'll bring it
warm
back to
towel.
Never mind.
Yeah,
No, Linz, I get what you're asking, but what these guys are telling you is that when the plane is landing, and guys like me who would forget our jackets, the flight attendants are like, "Oh no, here you go. Here's your jacket." Like that's their job is to make sure you don't forget it.
They remind you when the pilot says we're beginning our initial descent into Los Angeles, then that's when within minutes the flight attendant will be like, "Here, sir, here's your jacket back."
Oh wow, that's pretty early.
Yes, that's it's very nice service is what that is up front.
They also don't break your cojones about belting up. You know what I mean? They're like,
Yeah,
do
right.
what you want to do.
Right. You want to use your phone on takeoff? Go ahead.
No, when the pilot says to make sure the seatbelts are on, you got to put them on.
I didn't used to do it.
But they don't bust balls up front.
They're not like checking like they do on like the roller coaster rides.
No,
with the
no.
people in the economy,
The roller coaster.
Yeah, where they're like
That's
pull
the
your
back.
belt, please.
They ain't pulling on belts.
They're actually nice about I like flying first class with Chewy when I have points or miles saved up because they don't give me, I don't get grief about having my dog with me.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "Hello, Mr. Chewy."
Yeah.
Would you like a bone?
They're like, would you like to see the cockpit, Chewy? You want to come up and meet the captain?
Mr. Chewy, here's your jacket as we start the initial descent.
Mr. Chewy, would you like to put your large paw in our schwanz?
So,
Mr. Chewy, would you like to use the pilot's schwanz as your speed bag today?
And he's like, you don't even have to ask.
So, Cappy, I will say this. I had
Talk
told
to
you
me.
I wouldn't watch a second of the Steelers-Bengals, and we'll get to the Dodgers in a second. The Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I did not really watch a second. I did listen to a second in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw all the highlights on SportsCenter with Scott Van Pelt yesterday. It was a good game, but here we go. Steelers not going to the Super Bowl.
Here we go. Stillers.
And by the
here
way,
we go. Yins look terrible.
I mean, Joe, they both looked like they played out of their minds last night. It was great. It was like we went back in time 10 years.
Oh, my God. Speaking of unicorns, hold on. There's a guy on in this game I'm doing on Saturday, Boston College, UConn.
He's a
One of the
unicorn?
UConn kids is like a German kid. He learned football in Germany, I guess, after like NFL Europe, right? Like he became one of the kids that actually started to play football. And he was a quarterback for a place called, I think it's called like Schwarzburg Hall.
Schwansburg Hall?
Schwarzburg, not Schwansburg.
Not Schwansburg?
Schwarzburg Hall.
Schwansburg
And
sounds
their
better.
nickname is the Unicorns.
No way.
Wow.
Yeah.
No way.
And we
That's
have
funny.
a picture with him with the unicorn helmet.
Oh, my
I
God,
like
that's
it.
great. It's funny because, Lindsay, you
broadcast.
asked me yesterday about Halloween costumes, and I told you that I'm going on one of these like Halloween pub crawls or something for it's a cancer fundraiser on Saturday. And last night we're looking on Amazon through costumes, and I'm telling Rachel, I'm like, Lindsay specifically asked me what I was wearing, and I told you have 400 costumes in the garage, and yet you're here looking to buy new costumes. And what was the one she picked out for me? A unicorn onesie.
There you go.
Like a full-on rainbow unicorn onesie. Now, what does that tell people when I show up wearing a unicorn onesie? What, do you think I played quarterback in Schwansburg? No.
There you go.
Wow. What is she going to be to match you?
Wow.
I'm feeling good this morning. It's Friday morning.
You were the
know what I'm
tight
saying?
end.
But Captain,
All right. There you go, Happy. You were the tight end.
Happy, what's her matching outfit?
I don't know yet. We haven't kind of gotten there quite yet.
I thought you were going to say
listen,
like Rainbow Bright.
Unicorn onesie sounds comfortable as all hell.
I know. Where do I put my phone? I will not have my phone, so it better have pockets, or then I'm going to be a unicorn onesie with a fanny pack. And that's going to look even worse.
Yeah.
It's going to look like Freddie Freeman doing his dance on second base. I mean, goodness, God, he's the one guy who should never do that dance. But that's another story for another time.
Hey, listen, you let Freddie do whatever he wants to do, okay? Bergman, speaking of which, what was the Blue Review like this morning?
It was really calm, actually. Like, we feel good.
We're bored.
Well, see, you've said it the best. It's not bored. It's never boring when you're up 3-0.
No,
it's
but
just,
you know what I'm saying, though.
Yes,
right? Like Milwaukee's not posing a threat. Like, as great as the kid pitched, the Miz yesterday comes in.
He did pitch really well.
He was really good.
As great as that kid is, and what made that kid's year and why he was in the All-Star game in the first place was really a performance that he had earlier against the Dodgers in the season. Bergie, I'm sure you'll remember, he had 12 strikeouts in a game against the Dodgers. But as great as that kid pitched and as great as Tyler Glasnow pitched, honestly, like, do you feel like Milwaukee is really, really posing a threat? That's my question.
No, I mean, you can't pose a threat when you've scored 2 total runs and had 8 total hits in 3 games. Like, that's because that's the way because that's Brewer ball, right? They have to put balls in play, have mistakes happen, and the whole BABIP thing, the batting average with balls in play. I don't like using those stats, but that's what it is. Schwansville, BABIP,
and kick over.
BABIP edition.
They got to be gritty and manufacture runs.
But that's their game. It is gritty and manufacturing runs, and you can't rely on that in the postseason, especially against this pitching staff. Maybe against other ones, but not against this pitching staff.
And the thing is that when the Dodgers had a 2-0 lead in Philadelphia and they came home, you still thought Philadelphia had not really performed yet.
Schwarber was terrifying.
Right. And then what happened is in Game 3, Philly's bats came to life, and in a 2-1 series, that's a 5-game series, Philly going into Game 4 still, quote-unquote, posed a threat. When the Dodgers have a 2-0 lead, and then they've got 3 games in L.A., and Milwaukee can't hit, so now there's just no threat. There's no drama. There's no biting your fingernails like, oh, my God, every pitch matters. Because the Dodgers are steamrolling these guys and headed back to another World Series. It'll be over tonight.
And I hope so. Man, I hope so. Well, I'll be at Cosm again with Marcus Grant. So we have a live Blue Review from Cosm tonight.
All right. Nice. And here's the other thing about tonight's game.
Blue Review.
You know, Ohtani's going to start tonight's game.
Yes.
And I'll tell you guys right now, I think this is the best thing that could happen to Ohtani is that he's actually pitching in this game. Because even though he started the game off yesterday with a triple, it wasn't like he really smashed the ball, and he didn't have a great day at the plate outside of that triple. So I think getting him involved in the game from the beginning, not waiting on the bench to get his first at bat, going out there, getting a lather going, and just being in the game, even though the data says that he hits worse when he starts as a pitcher, I actually think the whole trend reverses tonight. Yeah. I think being in the game mentally from the beginning, Ohtani will have a big night at the plate. My guess.
I hope so because it's okay to say now at this point that he's scuffling at the plate. He is not. He's going to come out of it at any time, and when he does, he'll just go off, and everybody believes that will happen. But what he's doing at the plate is a little bit concerning. He's striking out a lot.
Did you yesterday at any point say this to yourself? What a waste of $700 million. This guy sucks.
Absolutely
This
not.
guy's horrible.
Absolutely
This guy is so bad. This guy is such a waste of money.
Not in one
Never said that about Ohtani?
No, I don't think that's possible to say about Ohtani. He's made more money than anybody in baseball, I feel like, at this point for this team.
And that was before he got robbed by his interpreter.
Exactly.
You don't think Ohtani people are sitting around going, Ohtani sucks, man.
Somebody
what a waste of $700 million, dude.
I bet you like Yankees fans are. Like Aaron Judge would be hitting.
Speaking of which,
he didn't in the World Series.
I don't know. I know we don't like to bring him up, but
don't do it.
I'm just going to say our mongrels, they're going after a certain somebody now, and they've infested his Twitter feed, and it's a beautiful thing.
Well, listen,
it's not very nice.
Well, no, it's nice because here's the thing.
Because he's a Yankees fan, and he's trying to go after the Dodgers now.
JT,
right.
I saw.
Yeah, the
Dodgers.
The mongrels have infested his Twitter feed.
Yeah, and the
Are you
worst
monitoring
is,
his Twitter feed?
No, I follow him, so it shows up in my thing.
But you know who really got on him yesterday was the eat a fat one bro dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
The eat a fat one bro, Cam is his name.
Who
Cam
is a Raiders fan, right?
But he's also a Dodgers fan. The Dodgers.
Yeah, so he's a Dodger fan. He's upset that JT's a Raider fan, but he's also a Yankee fan. And then bringing up the history of the organizations is just it's I don't know, man. Like, your team is out, bro. That's the reality of the situation. So that's what you're hanging your hat on now, is that historically your organization has more championships than this organization. I mean, the Dodgers are just steamrolling their way towards another World Series. And I don't know Seattle or Toronto well enough, even though I'm kind of watching a little bit what's going on in that ALCS. I don't know if either of those teams pose a threat.
They don't.
Oh, because they're all a bunch of former Guardians. Anyway.
I mean, they might win they might win a game or two, but they don't pose a threat if the Dodgers continue playing this way.
You know what blows my mind, though, Bergie, is that everything's set up exactly the way you would have planned it at the beginning of the year. Meaning, if you would have sat down and said, hey, in the postseason, we need to make sure that all these starting pitchers, start it with Snell, the guy we got in the offseason, go to Yamamoto, who we had a year ago from Japan, then go to Glasnow, who we never know if Glasnow can actually stay healthy to get to this part of the season.
But here he is.
And then here we go in Game 4.
Here we go.
Here we go, Dodgers.
Dodgers.
Here we go. Yins are going down to the
here
World
we
Series.
go. Dodgers.
But you
got to mix them.
We should record it after the show, by the way.
3-2.
We should all record it after the show. 3-2.
Now you got Ohtani. Ohtani's your fourth starter, dude. Ohtani's your fourth starter. I mean, every way it worked out exactly the way you wanted it to. And by the way, you guys were talking about it yesterday.
BTW.
How you were able to get a complete game out of Yamamoto, therefore continuing to rest the bullpen. And this disastrous bullpen yesterday came in and did exactly what they were supposed to do. I mean, this thing is going exactly to plan.
Yeah. Well, think about the bullpen too. Part of it. They had all this rest. They had over a week of rest, so it was a rest versus rest thing, Sedano. So
and yeah, agreed. And by the way, not to get too far ahead, because you got to finish the series, right? Like I think Mookie said it best yesterday, right? He kind of invoked Kobe, right? Job's not done. But
honestly, I have zero emotions. I mean, we're up, but like Kobe said, the job's not done, so we got to keep going and just keep applying pressure.
Yeah, so I would agree with that. But the next round will be more difficult because, Bergman, those two teams are much better offensive teams.
Yep, that's right. They are.
Oh, yeah. No, they actually have guys. Like, if it's the Mariners, Cal Raleigh is terrifying. If it's the
Julio
Blue Jays.
Rodriguez is fantastic. Right, yeah. I mean, they've got even guys like J.P. Crawford. Like, he's really good. And then Toronto has a ton of guys that can hit, too.
Oh, yeah. Vladdy is all of a sudden.
Including your buddy George Springer, who's on there.
No, I don't ever want to.
By the way, Walrus, our friend Walrus from Encino in the YouTube chat says only thing Scott
Cap. Head of lettuce.
Yeah, Scott Cap, a Blue Jays series would start in Toronto, but this series started in Milwaukee. So
wait a second, right? Both series started on the road, and both series came back to L.A. with the Dodgers with a 2-0 lead.
Do they still have that hotel at the Blue Jays Stadium? Remember that was a big thing in the early 90s?
It's a renaissance.
Oh, it is? Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I think they do.
Do they still have like John Olerud wearing a helmet on the?
No, John Olerud has been long gone.
Okay.
Joe, really? He's not there anymore?
They have a video of Joe Carter hitting that that home run in the World Series.
Let me tell you, one of the biggest home runs in World Series history.
Breaking out the history books today, Morales. Very impressive.
Well,
that was the last time he paid attention to the Blue Jays.
Exactly.
I don't know if you know this, but they have Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
No, I know.
That's not actually Vlad Guerrero. That's Junior, just so you know. Yankees lose. Yankees lose.
Remember when Vlad Guerrero was good for the Angels and the Angels were good like 20 years ago?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's it's going to be fascinating to see Vladdy Jr. Excuse me.
Well, that's if we see Vladdy Jr.
Yeah, you might. I mean, who knows? That's true. I mean, it's a real series over there.
Although let that game go, that series go 7.
Right. Let the Dodgers win tonight and let them chill out. Speaking of old guys, we were talking about Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco last night.
I mean,
how about Max
AARP
Scherzer,
crew over there last night.
But the AARP crew was also live last night for the Blue Jays because Max Scherzer. Did you guys happen to catch any of this last night?
Yes.
When they came to pull him out, and he was barking at the manager.
Oh my
God!
God!
To take me out,
right? You're not taking me out. He goes. I got this. Let's go. And the manager's like, okay, I'll see you later. I'll turn around.
He got out of the inning.
Exactly right. Hey, there are certain guys like when Blake Snell did that to Dave Roberts. There are certain guys you're like, He got it. Okay, all right, whatever you say, man, you got it.
I wouldn't argue with Max Scherzer. He's
Me
an
neither,
intimidating
man.
dude.
But can you believe how many guys now, though, are in their 40s and still going? Like when Tom Brady did it, he was a unicorn, to use the earlier
Now we got
word.
more guys, right? We got Flacco,
Right.
Joe Flacco.
Right, Flacco and Aaron Rodgers. And by the way,
It was a big night for old guys. Now we just need Pete Carroll to like step up to the challenge, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder if he watched the game or if he was tucked in.
Oh, he definitely was resting those new teeth.
Yeah, what do you guys think? What do you think Bill Belichick was doing last night?
Well, apparently he was having Mike Lombardi talk to the Saudis.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it's a good move.
They need more money.
Everybody else is selling to the Saudis. Shoot, we might as well see if the Saudis want to buy the Sedano and Cap show. You know, if I were
think
a
I'll
smart
pass on that. How about that?
Who's going to pass? You're going to pass?
Yes.
Why is that?
We all know Cap would sell out,
Oh,
right?
hell yeah!
Cap
I mean, listen,
hell yeah.
listen.
He's talking to them about Sided already.
When the Live Golf Tour, when everybody sold out for the Live Golf Tour, and those that stayed back, they were like, "I've got integrity. I'm not selling out to those guys. They're terrible people." And now everybody sold out to them.
I would have too, Cappy. For the Live Golf thing, I would have taken the money.
You know, when this day began, I didn't have the Sedano and Cap morning show selling out to the Saudis. Is one of the things we get to.
Wasn't on
You
the
never
bingo
know
card.
what you're gonna get.
There'll be too much money, George. They're going to buy you, no problem.
I see it right here on the
I'll walk
rundown,
away. You can take the
7:15.
money.
Nah.
Sell out to Saudis.
Yeah. See if I can
You
put
can
a deal
take the
together.
money.
Yeah. Hey, listen, you guys are getting a discount. You're getting the Sedano discount. You don't have to pay him. He won't take your money. The rest of us, we all will.
I'm a leaving.
Do we have 4/5, 5/6 of we're willing to take Saudi money?
I'm in.
Like everybody else? Who's in? Morales, you in or are you out?
No, you know what?
He's in.
Siding with Sedano has been pretty good for me so far.
All right.
So I'll stay with Sedano.
All right, so you and Sedano are out on the Saudi money. Birdie, you coming with me?
I was coming with you. I think I got to switch.
Really?
I don't know. I gotta
I'm
go.
not
the other
He's a
way.
switch hitter kind of guy. He said that
Yes, he
yesterday.
is. Yes,
It
he
really
is.
depends on the night.
Right.
So anyway, back to Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco.
Here we
listen, The Bengals are alive, okay? As crazy as it sounds, even without Joe Burrow, the Bengals are alive. Aaron and Joe Flacco outplayed Aaron Rodgers yesterday.
No doubt.
You know
No doubt
that
he
was
did.
the first time he's ever beat him?
Ever?
Yeah, like in his whole career.
I did not know
ever.
that.
Yeah.
In 3 decades. He
Yeah.
goes up to him and he's like, hey, this is the first time I got you.
But you know what's amazing about it, George,
Did not know
is that is what a professional quarterback can do. In other words, we talked about Geno Smith in the early part of the year, and I kept saying to you, you know, what the Raiders are getting is they're finally going to have a competent professional quarterback. And Joe Flacco, I mean, really think about this, that you were out of the league a couple years ago. Cleveland's desperate, so they bring you in. The first game was against the Rams. Didn't go well for Joe Flacco.
No,
Oh,
it
yeah.
went well. They just lost.
Right,
I was
but
at that
They
game.
lost. They lost. I was there. So here comes some Radio Rinaldi for you. Here's a guy who's sitting at home, being a dad. He gets pulled off the couch. He winds up leading the Cleveland Browns. This is a guy out of football. He leads the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs. With Cleveland's like 20th different offensive line combination. Then what do the Cleveland Browns do to him, George? We don't need you anymore. You're
In the division, they traded.
Well, no.
Which,
but
by the way,
that's-
did you see Mike Tomlin furious?
Oh, it was
about
so
that
good.
in the division?
so good.
So good.
So good.
And that was before the game.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right. And think about how pissed he was afterwards, right? But to think about, he gets picked up by Cleveland. Then he's cast away by Cleveland. He's floating in the NFL air just to try and find a job. Then Cleveland brings him back like as if he's going to be the savior. And then to trade him in the division and for him in 2 weeks to be competitive against Green Bay, thanks for the cover, and then to beat the Steelers on a short week, that is what professional quarterbacking looks like.
Yes.
And so, you know what? That's a great story from Joe Flacco.
We should have picked Eagles Vikings. That way I wouldn't have lost last night.
Yep, me and George got that one, though.
No, I know.
Who do you guys think, just, my Cleveland fan in me needs to know, who looks worse in this situation? Is it Kevin Stefanski for his inability to, run an offense that would allow Joe Flacco to shine? Or is it Andrew Berry for trading him?
No, it's Andrew Berry for drafting the 2 quarterbacks that he drafted because that's what created the problem. In other words, they weren't committed to Flacco. He was a Band-Aid because they got these 2 young guys sitting behind him. And then the next part of the story, to your point, Lindsay, is how dare you trade a starting quarterback, as Mike Tomlin points out. He was good enough to be your starter. How dare you trade him in the division to a team that's desperate? That's so dumb.
How many bodies has Stefanski buried and destroyed that franchise? Even more than it was already
next.
Well, but he's buried everybody else.
Yeah,
They've allowed him to
true.
bury quarterbacks, coaching staffs, and he
That's right.
continues to just be mediocre.
That is one of those situations, though, Christopher Arthur Morales, that I will tell you, that is less about the head coach and more about the owner.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say.
it's an organizational failure.
It's only going to get worse than when we're embarrassed again Monday night and we're reminded about Baker Mayfield and leaving him behind.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think Baker's winning this weekend. But Baker's having a good season. There's no question. He's number 2 in the MVP. By the way, they are talking about Eagles-Vikings on the re-air of Get Up. On
Hey,
ESPN
the Eagles-Vikings.
Yeah.
7:24. Good morning. It's a Friday. A Heina Friday. The
Heina Friday.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Yes, a Heina Friday.
A hot Chicana from the barrio keeping it real.
Is Trudell going to join us later? That little guy? No?
Let's find out.
Okay. All right, when we come back, we'll talk more about the Dodgers plus Thursday Night Football ahead. And we're going to do some liners next segment. Live on the air. Why not? That's what we could do on the Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Wake up, mongrels, and smile, please.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Avner Gatt, your trusted Los Angeles public adjuster. Call Avner directly at 818-917-5256 for help with your insurance claim.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Hey guys, Cappy here. When disaster strikes, you need an ally who truly understands your needs. Avner Gatt is here to help you navigate the complexities of insurance claims. Are you feeling abandoned because your home is unlivable and your insurance company isn't cooperating? Or perhaps you're being pressured to use a contractor with poor reviews. You've been loyal to your insurance company for over 20 years, yet now they treat you like an outsider. Avner Gatt knows how to turn the tables. We protect homeowners from the games and fine print that insurance companies are known for, and we cover all of Southern California, ensuring your voice is heard and your home is restored. Visit AvnerGatt.com or call 818-917-5256. Avner and his family personally take your calls with 5-star ratings from Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau. Don't let your insurance company dictate your future. Avner Gatt is here to help. Visit AvnerGatt.com or call 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt, your claim, our game.
What's going on? It's Bethel Durant, and I love rolling around in my Toyota. Tacoma, to be exact, and right now it's Trucktober. If you're in the 818, go check out the All-Stars at Northridge Toyota. In the 626, it's all about Wondries Toyota. And right now, Trucktober is here for you. Lease a brand new 2025 Tacoma for just $164 a month or 36 months plus tax. Northridge Toyota or Wondries Toyota. Serving all of SoCal sports fans, they make it easy.
Lease excludes tax, title, license, registration fees, and dealer options and changes. $59.99 cash or trade equity down. Expires 10/31/25.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
You know I love the outdoors and adventures. Hey, it's Travis calling all adventurers. Page, Arizona is your ultimate outdoor playground. Snap that iconic shot at Horseshoe Bend. Then hike the stunning 11-mile rim trail. Explore one of 13 breathtaking slot canyons, including world-famous Antelope Canyon. Craving water fun? Cruise Lake Powell by kayak, jet ski, or houseboat, or float the Colorado River to Lee's Ferry. Make Page your base camp for day trips to Grand Canyon, Zion, and the Wave. Start planning your trip today at visitpageaz.com.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos. Fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play.
Tire care shouldn't come with extra costs or surprise fees. It should be simple, straightforward, and stress-free. So at Midas, they're rolling out the limited lifetime tire guarantee, included with every tire purchase with paid installation. You'll pay nothing for flat repairs, nada for flat replacements, zilch for tire rotations every 5,000 miles, and zero for other preventative maintenance. So with this limited lifetime tire guarantee, you'll pay a whole lot of nothing compared to what the other guys charge for tire care. That's the limited lifetime tire guarantee, only at Midas.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen. You're starting your day with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA. Don't forget my show. The Rich Eisen Show is coming up this morning at 9 on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app. Now, back to the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Here I am, again in this city, with a fistful of dollars. And baby, you better believe I'm back. Back in New York.
7:29, good morning. Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We lost him yesterday. The great Ace Frehley, of course, the guitarist from Kiss. This was his solo song. Although I think Kiss was still doing backup vocals. I don't know.
I mean, this song gets played a lot, obviously, when there's New York sporting events, particularly the U.S. Open. It's like a theme song for ESPN.
We lost Ace yesterday, officially at the age of 74. He had been in a coma for a few weeks after a bad fall at his house. But Ace was an amazing legend and a huge part of the group Kiss.
You guys all have Kiss albums as kids, or am I the only one?
I didn't have any albums. I had CDs.
Yeah, I did not have Kiss in my rotation.
Oh, dude, my first
But I was
ever.
clearly very familiar with them. Yeah.
No, my first ever album purchase.
Yeah.
Kiss Love Gun. Yep.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. And it was old school LP. I mean, we had gone from 8 tracks into LPs, I suppose into cassettes, then into CDs, etc. But, yeah, Kiss, big part of, I know, of my childhood. And then I loved it when Kiss took off the makeup and then went on another tour where they didn't have the makeup on and they weren't as costumed out, but there were still pyrotechnics and fire. And, but then they put the makeup back on, and then Gene Simmons with that tongue and spitting blood everywhere and those crazy costumes.
Mean Gene.
Why'd you be Gene Simmons for Halloween, not a unicorn?
That's not a bad call. Actually,
Why don't you be
that's a very good call.
Gene Simmons dressed as a unicorn?
Or how about if I just the Ace Frehley costume would be a nice homage to Ace.
Yeah, it would be.
Did you figure out which Harry Potter person you're going to be?
No, I looked that up yesterday, and I don't know anything about Harry Potter, and I don't want to be the wrong character. And then even if I'm the right character, I'm like, I don't even know who this character is. So, Bergie, I'm going to lean on you a little bit to get your Harry Potter consultation. I don't like the fact that it's a Halloween party with a theme. I think that sucks.
I agree. They should let you be whatever you want.
The theme is Harry Potter. Everybody's supposed to come in a Harry Potter-themed costume. And I'm like, guys, it's Halloween. And these are close friends. I love these people. But I don't want to insult them by telling them I think your concept sucks.
Yeah. Are they the same people that had like the James Bond theme?
No, different people.
Oh, okay.
And then recently there was a cowboy theme.
Yep,
that was
right.
all right.
Well, I know it's a cowboy theme a lot of times in your house.
Oh, well, I got to break out the lasso, pal.
I know. Meanwhile, the MLB Championship Series is on the ESPN LA app. Starting at 3 p.m., you can hear Mariners Blue Jays pivotal Game 5, followed by the Dodgers looking to sweep the Brewers in Game 4 at 5:30 on the ESPN LA app. Just hit the ESPN Radio Live sports tile for play-by-play from ESPN Radio. Don't forget to react to all things Dodgers on Monday morning at 6:30 a.m. with the Blue Review.
The Blue Review.
On the ESPN LA
Blue Review.
The ESPN LA YouTube channel, the MLB postseason on ESPN LA, presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino. We're going to lose Sedano in a few minutes. So we have some liners.
Yeah, I got to go meet with Bill O'Brien, buddy.
Oh,
let's just do them on the air. Bill,
he's actually very nice.
He's very nice. I dealt with him in Houston,
miserable.
but he's a little dry. But anyway, let's do these liners here. 3, 2, 1.
Oh, hold on. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2. Are these like liners for the USC game on Saturday?
For the weekend, yeah.
And then Rams game on Sunday?
There's 3 liners.
All right, ready?
3, 2, 1.
Hey, guys, it's Sedano. This is USC Notre Dame right now, so make sure you're listening Monday morning at 7 to the all-new Sedano and Kap Morning Show, live and local, and talking about USC to start your day, right here on your home of the Trojans, ESPN LA. Fight on!
That was really good.
You stepped on his fight on.
You stepped on fight on, bro.
That's really, well, I'm not looking at the script, so I didn't know.
Pot down,
Kaplan.
Pot down,
really
Kaplan
good.
for the rest of the
Now I got to do it again.
3. No, just do the fight on. Do a pickup. 3, 2, 1.
Fight on.
Fight on.
Nice.
All right, the next one?
Yeah.
Hey, guys, it's Sedano. It's the Rams and Jags from London right now. Tomorrow morning at 7, start your day with the all-new Sedano and Kap Morning Show, live and local, talking about the Rams, the Dodgers, and USC, right here on your home of Rams football, ESPN LA.
Very nice.
You should have said in it. Home of the Rams in London. In it?
Yeah, I don't get it. Anyway, number 3.
British
3,
accent.
2, 1. Hey, guys, it's Sedano. The all-new Sedano and Cap Morning Show is back on Monday at 7 a.m. Live and local sports talk, talking about your teams, the Dodgers, the Rams, USC, and the Lakers. We'll see you Monday morning on ESPN LA.
All right, Pod Kaplan back up. Nicely done.
I actually think from now on, George, I think from now on, you should do my lines and I should do your lines, and then people will hear that and they'll go, wait a second. Did that just say, hey, it's Sedano, but I could have sworn that was Cap's voice?
Now, see, here's the point of the liners.
Yeah, let me hear.
Is that the thought is we might be bringing in new cume as the old radio term, hey, in because they're listening to the game. So we want new cume to be exposed to us so they might not know who Sedano or Cap are.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I'm infusing. See, there's a lot of debate over the phrase live and local.
Uh-huh.
Some people don't want us to use it. Some people want us. But for the month of October, there's so much going on that I want to infuse a little bit of it just to hear how it sounds.
I agree. I
like
agree.
infusion.
Whoever tell you that otherwise is a dummy.
All right.
Yeah. What if it's the guy who owns the station?
I don't care. Well, tell him I said he's a dummy too.
In this
You hear
case,
that?
it's
you
not.
tell him. You
It's
tell
not.
him Sedano says he's a dummy. That's exactly right. By the way, taking phone calls is stupid too, and I don't care who the boss is. Tell him, right, Sedano?
Exactly.
We'll do that at 8 o'clock, by the way.
Right.
Well,
we'll
I
get
won't
some
be
phone
around
calls
for that.
in.
Exactly.
We'll get some calls in for the failed bit. Right. We'll get some calls in.
By the way, that bit brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes.
Oh, nicely
Way to
done.
go.
Nicely
Way
done.
to go. Nicely done.
Meanwhile,
Very, very nicely
why
done.
don't you guys tell us about our friends over at Prize Picks for the weekend?
Ooh.
Already? Yeah, well, listen, there's plenty of sports action going on in October. And if you want sports action in the state of California, Prize Picks is the place to be, Cappy. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. Your first $5 play, your first $5 lineup play gets you a $50 lineup bonus, okay? And here's the deal. It's very simple to play Prize Picks. There's a stat projection for every player imaginable and every sport imaginable. You bundle a couple together, you go more or less on those stat projections. You bundle a couple together, you can win cold hard cash.
Yeah, but it was rough last night for me because I had Shohei Ohtani to hit a home run.
Ohtani.
I really was hoping that Ohtani was going to break out last night and hit a home run, but I will come back and play him again tonight. I had Aaron Rodgers last night, George, for less than 30 pass attempts, mostly thinking that it would be the Bengals that would have to make a comeback, but that didn't happen because Aaron Rodgers had 34 pass attempts. I had Jamar Chase for more than 54.5 receiving yards. He had 161. Had T. Higgins for more than 48.5 receiving yards. He had 96. And I had Joe Flacco for more than 23 pass completions. He had 31. But in the end, Chris Boswell only had one field goal. So here's my point. I went 3 for 6 last night. I'm looking for your picks. Ron the Caddy, I'm looking for you. Okay? Tommy, I'm looking for you. Bernard Thompson, I need your picks. To all of our great listeners out there who play Prize Picks with me and Sedano every day, you've downloaded the Prize Picks app. You've used the code CAPPY, K-A-P-P-Y. You've made your first $5 lineup. You've gotten your $50 in free lineups. But I need your picks. You don't have to text them to me. You don't have to DM them to me. Follow me on Prize Picks. I'll follow you on Prize Picks. You'll see my picks. I'll see yours. Don't play mine. I'll play yours. And that's how we're going to win on Prize Picks.
Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
By the way,
Yes, it
Tommy,
is.
very active these days on IG. I love it. He's commenting on all my stuff. I like it.
Okay.
What about Little Cappy?
I don't know if little
Does
Cappy
he
should have
his
an
own-
IG.
Yeah, he totally should.
Yeah.
Well,
How does
you know,
he
that's a
not?
I mean,
very
if
good
dogs
idea.
have an IG, why
Chewy
can't Little
has
Cappy?
one.
Yeah, that's
Otis
a very
has
good
one,
idea. I'm
yeah.
going to talk to Tommy today and tell him he should set up an Instagram account for Lil Cappy.
I mean,
It's a very
Lil
good
Cappy's
idea.
in a framed photo on my wall in my office.
Well, you got to give that Lil Cappy some love. You know, he deserves it. He's a good boy, that Lil Cappy. Very, very good boy. He really is.
Now, a lot of people don't know that bit. That is actually, for the new audience that wasn't with us always in the afternoon, Little Cappy he's a little guy, but
Excuse me,
he lives on Tommy's hand, if you know
Yeah,
what
but-
I mean.
He's a
But it's
puppet.
Lil.
Well, I didn't want to say puppet. I didn't want
He is
to
a puppet.
Don't say puppet. That's not
I'm your
nice.
puppet.
That's not nice. That is not nice. Some people are very afraid of puppets, by the way. There was that one day we were at Yamava, and they had one of their security guards, and she lost her mind when she saw Lil Cappy. And I'm like, what's going on? She's like, she's petrified of him. And anytime Lil Cappy went near her, she went running the other direction. It's like, girl, you're the security guard. You can't be scared of Lil Cappy.
They wouldn't let him in SeaWorld either.
They would not let Lil Cappy in SeaWorld. You're right.
It was so weird.
That was bizarre.
Discriminating against him.
Well, I think that they were worried that people would be, very interested in Lil Cappy and perhaps maybe take away some of the attention from the stars at SeaWorld, including all those, killer whales that we saw. Right behind us.
Orcas.
Orcas is
Yeah,
what they're
yeah.
called. They're not
before
called killer whales anymore.
Sedano leaves us, I want to talk about USC Notre Dame. Coverage begins at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon, right here on ESPN LA. So, George, how do you feel?
How do I feel about?
I mean,
just in general.
Everybody is saying everybody's saying USC. I'm scared though. I'm scared.
Oh no,
Who's
Notre
saying
Dame's
USC?
Notre Dame's going to win the game.
Yeah, I think Notre Dame's going to win the game.
Well, I think weather could play a big role in this game. I mean, you talked about earlier in the week that thunderstorms are expected. This game might actually get delayed. I mean, if what you're reading or what weather predictions are being put out there, the thunder and lightning should be coming around about 4:30 our time, which is when kickoff is scheduled for.
It's going to be like monsooning out there.
Yeah, there's already this prediction that the weather is going to delay this game. And if the weather is as inclement as is predicted, the advantage goes to Notre Dame for a variety of reasons, not only being the home team, but also the running game. I mean, Notre Dame's running game is their strength, and USC's passing game is its strength. And in this type of weather, you would think the running game prevails over the passing game. But Jaden Maeva, this kid has got to make a comeback, George. This is the kind of game where if he can win this game, this starts to get his name thrown around into some of the postseason awards.
Right.
But and it's mostly because you got to remember what happened last year. He threw 2 pick sixes in the Notre Dame game last year. And yet he'd played a brilliant game up until the point of the last pick six, frankly. So I got to say advantage Notre Dame. Here's the other part of it. If the weather is really bad and there is a delay, the USC team is going to pile into the visitors' locker room. Guys, the visitors' locker room at Notre Dame
it's tiny.
It's from the 1920s.
They haven't redone it?
Never redid it, and the reason and here's why they didn't.
Well, why would
redo
they
it.
make them feel comfortable?
That's precisely right.
Did they put on Rudy during a time delay or no?
They want the opponent to be as uncomfortable as possible, and in today's college football, where you're traveling with more players than what the visitors' locker room was originally created for way back in the day, it's super uncomfortable, and it's done that way intentionally. And if the Notre Dame, if there's all this weather and the USC team has to sit around in that cramped locker room, again, advantage Notre Dame. So I'm looking for the upset. I'm also looking for the cover. Notre Dame is a 10-point favorite. What do you think about that, George? You think USC can cover the 10?
Maybe.
Well, you don't sound bullish at all.
I told you last week I was
scared.
very bullish on Michigan. I'm not bullish at all this week.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
what about Rams-Jags on Sunday?
I think the Jags can win.
Man, you're really
I mean,
bumming me out on a Friday.
I'm just being honest. You asked my opinion, right? Like, so.
You think Otani's getting knocked out in the first inning today? I mean, what else would you like to tell us?
No, I mean, I think they'll be fine there. But, yeah.
I mean, did you stay up late last night to watch the Kings lose in the third period? It's a 2-2 tie at the end of 2.
No, I didn't. I was in bed
stay.
I dozed off around like midnight. Yeah,
I was.
It was
tucked
funny.
in at 8:30.
On the flight to Boston, I dozed off for like 5 minutes, and then I woke up because I had my the headphones that were connected to the TV on the plane in my ears, and I woke up because Brian Andrews was like, Tommy Edman gives the Dodgers the lead, and I was like, whoa, all right, and then I saw the replay of what Tommy Edman had just done, and I was like, all right, they took the lead.
Tommy Edman is one of those guys. You talk about heart and soul. This is a guy who, when he got traded, was injured, and no one knew for sure what he would exactly be. And then he came up huge last year, towards the end of the year and into the postseason. And yet again, I mean, this is one of these guys. You talk about versatility. Hey, he can play center field, not necessarily his natural position. He can play second base. And by the way, while his ankle's hurt, easier to play second than it is to play center field. Oh, and then come up with clutch hits. The guy is amazing. That was one of the great acquisitions by Andrew Friedman.
Yeah, no, great job. And again, super under the radar to your point. Here's the one thing about USC Notre Dame. I wanted to look this up while you were talking.
Tell me.
So this is why, Vegas, they've built all those big buildings for a reason, right? So 66% of the bets are coming in on USC plus the 9.5, okay? 98% of the money is coming in on USC. That's usually a bad sign.
It. Toast. That's it.
Yeah, that's usually a bad sign. Now, maybe, because, again, they don't lose in those scenarios very often. Like, maybe it could happen, but on top of the fact that I just think Notre Dame is significantly more physical than USC, And I think that despite USC showing they can be more physical than maybe some people anticipated against Michigan, Notre Dame is more well-rounded as an offense than Michigan is. So I think that – and I think defensively they're just as good, if not better. So if you look at Notre Dame's losses, and you touched on it yesterday, Cappy, they've lost to 2 top 5 teams, and they were in both games. So, till the bitter end.
Right.
I just don't think USC is in this category yet. So,
Well-
I mean, granted, now, if they get turnover luck and things of that nature, the weather changes things. The weather factors in. People think and assume that's a bad thing for USC, and maybe it is. But the reality is when the weather happens like that, and it's this crazy, ridiculous weather that we can't really anticipate what could happen based on the weather, that actually could play in USC's favor too. Most people would assume that plays in Notre Dame's favor, and yeah, it probably does. But it doesn't mean that turnover luck can't benefit USC.
Yeah, but the thing, you talk about a well-rounded Notre Dame offense, and other than
more
those
well-rounded than Michigan for sure.
Yeah, well, and there's a lot of reasons why that is. I mean, first of all, Michigan's quarterback is still an 18-year-old freshman. I don't care
he's
how
freshman.
heralded he was,
Yeah.
coming out of high school.
Lloyd
Carr, on the
Carr's,
other hand,
he's Lloyd Carr's grandson.
yeah, and C.J. Carr has already had a really nice start to the season, over 1,600 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, only 3 picks. The point is that they do have a quarterback who can pass the ball. They do have what many
And he
people
can run
think.
too.
Right.
Yeah.
They think most people think that the best running back in college and probably a first-round pick is this kid Jeremiah Love. Now, they do have a second running back, Notre Dame, that also is a guy who's averaging 6 yards a carry. So it's not like they're only one deep. They're 2 deep with really good running backs. For USC, as you know, last week, their top 2 running backs were out. Then that kid, King Miller, came in, and he had a brilliant performance. And they're expecting to have one of the kids come back, so it adds some depth. So the thing is that USC is a more decorated passing offense than running offense, statistically speaking, and Notre Dame is the better running offense of the two. And again, if the weather is as bad as predicted, my guess would be that the running offense prevails over the passing offense. But George, something in my gut tells me, for all the things you just talked about with Vegas, something tells me I think SC can win this game.
I mean, maybe, but I don't know. I didn't feel good about it, and then I saw that made me feel worse.
Well, you remember last week when they beat Michigan, when we came back on the air Monday, I said, hey, now you got to go beat Notre Dame, because if you don't go beat Notre Dame, you know what people are going to say? Michigan's not that good. The win wasn't that impressive. Go beat Notre Dame.
Have
All
fun
right,
with Bill O'Brien. Have a great weekend. Good broadcast tomorrow, brother.
Yeah, man.
Thanks,
Later.
guys.
Rack 'em. Meanwhile, last chance to enter. Are you listening? It's the Pure Play Sweepstakes, but time's running out. Enter now for your shot at next-gen reserve osmosis water system, bringing pure, clean water straight to your home, sucker. Plus an ESPN LA prize pack with a pair of sports tickets and exclusive ESPN LA swag. Don't wait. The contest ends soon. Head to pureplaysweepstakes.com before it's too late. pureplaysweepstakes.com. Must be 18 years or older and a homeowner to enter. One more time. pureplaysweepstakes.com. And if you don't know that, just go to ESPNLA.com. It's right there. When we come back, we'll talk Thursday Night Football, and we'll see what Cappy's up to. Why not? Maybe he'll get into some mischief in the next 3.5 minutes. Good morning, 747. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show on a high enough Friday, sucker.
The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
East Central Hotel, the official downtown home away from home for Cappy and Morales. EastCentralHotel.com.
This is the Sedano and Cap Morning Show.
Support comes from Clean Power Alliance, providing 3 million residents and businesses clean electricity options. Southern California is our home. It's the air we breathe, the sky we share, the communities that connect us. Every day we have the choice to make a change. On every road, with every light we turn on, we can choose clean energy. Together, we power potential. Change is electric. Learn more at cleanpoweralliance.org/changeIsElectric.
Oh, I've been slamming pumpkin spice lattes from Pink Coffee. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Catch the big baseball series on our big screens everywhere you eat, stay, and play.
Number 2.
Nothing but a good time. Bret Michaels' only SoCal show, November 21st. Get tickets now.
And the number 1 reason,
we're giving away a new Land Rover Defender. Earn entries with your rewards card, and you could be the winner. October 30th.
Morongo, good times.
We dog.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. It's game time at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Just like LAFC protects their home turf, we help you protect yours with quality floors at unbeatable wholesale prices. No gimmicks, no markups, just deals every day. From waterproof hardwood to carpet, laminate to artificial grass, the crazy Hernandez brothers have you covered. Don't settle for anything less than a championship-level home. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR, that's 866-62-FLOOR, or shop on the web, HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale.
Hey, it's Chris Morales. You know, we joke around a lot that I almost died, which I almost did. I had severe heart failure. That's when I went to a Providence hospital in the emergency room. And here's the thing about heart care. It begins with trust. That's why Providence takes the time to listen, understand, and earn yours before making any decision about your care. For me, if it wasn't for Dr. Cobb and Katie Cornella at St. Joe's in Orange, they made me trust them and they made me know. And my health and my life were going to be even better once I got out of the hospital. Providence, caring with compassion in Southern California.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Big color, bigger savings. It's Sherwin-Williams' biggest super sale. Get 40% off paints and stains October 17th through the 27th with prices starting at $29.39. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Okay, you could be the hardest core Dodger fan on the planet. You could be the hardest core.
Hardest core.
Hardest core.
More Sedano and Kap.
You could be the hardest
Core of the hardest.
Of all cores, you could be the hardest one.
Right now.
7:51, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a high enough Friday. Happy 53rd birthday to this man, Eminem.
53?
53, Jack.
Marshall, older or younger?
I thought he was younger.
Yeah, I mean, I think we all did, kind of.
53? I thought
mean,
he'd
his
be
daughter-
closer to like 45.
His daughter just had like the third child or something.
Hey, man.
Grandpa. Yeah, Grandpa M.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, so Sexy Jexy, Anthony Jack's part of our social media team.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
his deal?
He sent me a DM last night. A DM, private DM, not with a group.
He has your phone number.
He does, but he slid into the DMs.
Oh, mm-hmm. And?
It was a pizza video from our friends at Prime Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
But then the commentary was not, let's just say, it was a little much.
What did he do? Like say, hey, Morales, I want to take this pizza, lather your chest up with it,
No.
and then lick it off your chest? I mean, did he say something weird like that? Because he's a weirdo like that.
He compared the pizza.
Like that far, though?
He compared the pizza to something else.
What?
You know.
No, tell me.
You know.
No,
Well,
I
if
don't.
you're gonna say it, you say the thing.
Yeah,
you gotta
you
say
bring
the
it up,
thing.
you gotta
Yeah,
say
come
it.
on,
The
man.
Schwanz?
He said, very thin, a bit floppy, and has a nice charred backside. How does he know what it looks like?
What? That's what he wrote. Just that?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
I'm telling you, man, this guy sends me some texts, sends me DMs too. It is bizarre.
Wait,
to be
one to
sure.
one? Just like no.
Yeah,
there's not
he's doing a lot
yeah.
of one-to-one
No,
now.
He does the one-on-one thing now.
But the one-on-one innuendos are weird.
Well,
I tried to explain that to you.
It's not innuendo if it's 1-to-1.
Right. It's not innuendo if it's one-to-one.
Yeah. It's only if it's in a group setting.
Yeah. I mean, you know, what are you going to do?
I don't know, man.
You know,
I don't know.
what are you going to do?
Who would have thought?
And spit on that thing.
You got to spit on that thing. I think that's what's going to happen. I think that's the deal.
I got a question, though. How do you respond to these things?
I didn't.
So you didn't respond. Cappy, how do you respond to it?
Well, I'm kind of with
Just
Chris.
like
I don't also, and it's
So,
just because I want him to be like on the other end going, what the hell?
Maybe that didn't
man?
land. Because a couple days ago, he
Yeah.
did something else. He did a similar, not that to that way, but he sent me something else. And I went, oh, ha, ha, you a freak, Jexy. And then he did that one. I didn't respond to that one.
Cappy, you a freak, man.
Because I think he's just trying to listen. He's just trying to do shtick like we do, but I think we don't do it in individual DMs with people. Like we do it on the radio and on YouTube and on an app. Like we're doing it to make people laugh and chuckle. And I get it. Everybody doesn't like it, but for the most part, people enjoy our shtick a little bit. Now he's going private one-on-one. And listen, I appreciate the effort, but that one it even made me go, huh?
Yeah. Well, I think the thing is that you have, in many ways, Christopher Arthur Morales, you have empowered these young fellas to feel like they are part of the team, which
and
they
that's
are.
Great.
Yes. And then as a result, they're like, you know what? Maybe I should just let it fly a little bit. Maybe I should
he's letting it. The kid's letting it fly.
Yes, he is.
He's
He
opening.
really is.
He's opening up the offense. No doubt.
I would say just put it in a group setting.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think that's the next step.
Like
to
I
all
was
of
fine
that.
with him and I and Cappy in a group, and he was kind of freaking out Cappy, and I thought that was funny. But now one-on-one, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is a lot. Speaking of a lot, so did you guys all get done last night watching the Dodgers? And again, I'm listen, I know the score isn't like 12-1 where it's a complete and utter blowout, but even though they bring in this young kid, the Miz, Milwaukee, and he pitches brilliantly. And there was a moment, Bergie, check me on this, was it because both pitchers at one point were like knocking dudes down. I want to say Glasnow had 5 straight Ks, and I think the kid, the Miz, may have had 5 or 6 also at some point during the game.
He struck out more than half of the batters he's faced. So,
right, I think he
was
faced
phenomenal.
I think he faced 16 batters and he struck out 9 of them.
Yeah,
is how the numbers went. But even as great as that kid was, and even for as long as the game was 1-1 till it got to the 6th, I still felt like Milwaukee didn't really pose a threat. For example, in the early part of the second inning, do you recall the play? And the television broadcast is talking about the shadows at Dodger Stadium. Well, yeah, it's freaking 4:00 in the afternoon,
Which
dude.
is dumb. It's dumb.
It is so dumb. And I don't know that there was the sort of engineering when Dodger Stadium was built to really consider what would happen if a game were played at 4:00 in the afternoon. Yesterday,
a playoff game. Like, it's fine. You want to do that in the middle of May, June, fine, but not in the playoffs.
Right. So that's what I'm getting at is when Dodger Stadium was built, I really don't know if the engineering team was like, well, you know, if it's mid-October and they're playing at 3:08 in the afternoon, if we put the ballpark this way, it's going to be very hard for people to see. But here's the thing: in the second inning, when they're talking about the shadows and how hard it is for the batters to see, it's hard for the pitchers. There's the play that Max Muncy makes. Max Muncy is incredible. Again, shall I say it? Max Muncy is
a heart and soul guy.
He's heart and soul. Max Muncy.
What a play. That was such an amazing play.
But people don't give him the credit, seriously, for being a great defensive third baseman because they look around and they see other guys around baseball and they go, well, this guy's better and this guy's better. Max Muncy knows where to be. Max Muncy knows how to make great plays. I mean, there was a play I think it was in the last series. Remember the one that was
the
bunted
wheel play?
Up to the wheel play, right? But the play yesterday where he's on the edge of the grass, the infield grass, and he has to dive to his left, turn around, and then throw a perfect strike to Will Smith to get the runner at home. I mean, this is a brilliant defensive play that really stopped any momentum that Milwaukee might have thought they had.
Oh, 100%. If the guy scores, it's 2-1, and you have a runner on first because you went home and didn't get him out. And they only have one out. That could have changed everything for the Brewers because then they start going through that little bit of like the death by 1,000 cuts that they like to do, just little things just to get on base. But Max Muncy stopped all of that. It was a really, really amazing play. So he's been doing this all series long. He might boot a ball at third base every once in a while or overthrow to Freddie Freeman, which he has. It's fine. But in those moments, he has been nothing but amazing in those moments.
And he makes up for things sometimes, like he hit that home run in Game 2, and he had the one that should have been or was almost a home run in Game 1. Max Muncy's incredible. And then Mookie Betts, you just talk about great defense. The play that Mookie makes it short, which to me, I call it like his Derek Jeter moment.
Yeah, he was further out than Derek, but it's fine.
But you know what I'm getting at is that he has to take the ball. He has to jump up in the air, throw it as hard as he can, one hop it to Freddie. I mean, it's the most brilliant, beautiful defensive play you're going to see shortstops make. That's why he's obviously a Gold Glove nominee.
He's
the
top
defense,
3 in Gold Glove nominee.
It's hard to believe.
It's
actually
crazy.
hard to believe, especially the way the season started. When statistically early on, the stats said he wasn't a very good defensive shortstop, but that was early in the season. But he just worked at the craft all season long. And so it really, again, I hate to say it this way to the Dodger fans, I'm bored because Milwaukee doesn't pose a threat. Philadelphia posed a threat. Milwaukee does not.
Well, so now look at it then. Yes, Philadelphia did pose a threat. They lost that series 3-1. I mean, they've lost one game in this postseason so far. They're 8-1, and they're now 23-6 in their last 29. They are hitting that stride right at the exact right time. So that's why when I was talking about it before, that Milwaukee, they peaked too early. Like it was really in July is when they peaked. And it just doesn't work out when you have a team like the Dodgers who did nothing all season long. I mean, they still won 93 games, but to get to this point now, all of a sudden, now we're going to hit our stride as soon as we get into October. It's just unfair for the rest.
It's hard to believe, actually, because for as long as they left the door open for San Diego to walk through it and take the division, San Diego couldn't do it.
They tried to let San Diego get in.
Right. And it really just reminds me of what Ireland was saying for a lot of the time, which is they're bored by the regular season. I could actually buy that theory now.
Yep. No, me too.
7:59 on a Friday at 710 ESPN, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Cappy, tell us about our friends at Ocean Subaru, please.
Not only do I want to tell you about Ocean Subaru, I want to tell you about an amazing event that's happening at Ocean Subaru this Sunday. So here's the first part of it. The rain this week was pretty serious, and I was driving through it on Tuesday morning, and it was pretty torrential. It really was. But when you're in a Subaru, you are in the safest vehicle on the road. That's not some opinion. That's a statistical fact. And if you've got kids and dogs and all kinds of other stuff that you pack into that Subaru, you want that all-wheel drive. You want that safety. You want that security. So, first of all, shout out to Subaru and Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I felt incredibly safe and got back and forth, no problem, even though battling the rain. But here's what I really want to tell everybody. This month is Subaru Loves Pets Month, and we all love our pets, don't we? This Sunday, October 19th, Ocean Subaru of Fullerton has an incredible pet adoption event that's happening right at the dealership. So it's from 11 in the morning till 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It works perfectly for you guys because the Rams game is super early in the morning because they're playing over in London. So here's what's going to happen. Fixin' Fidos is the name of the organization. They're going to be there, and there's 4 different rescues that will all be at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. And we are going to help people adopt pets that desperately need homes. And we'll even take it one step further because Omar is a great guy. He's the general manager. For the first 30 people on Sunday that want to come to Ocean Subaru of Fullerton and adopt a pet, Omar will pay the $100 adoption fee, but it's for the first 30 people. So think about that. My man is going to pay $3,000 to help get these pets into the right home. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. It's the pet adoption event. It's this Sunday, October 19th. For more info, go to oceansubaruoc.com. That's oceansubaruoc.com. We're right off the 91 freeway, right there in Fullerton. You can't miss us. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love. Get out there on Sunday.
Thank you, Cappy. Okay, here's what we're going to do. It's a Cosm Ticket Friday. Level up your game day experience. Enter for a chance to win a pair of tickets to watch USC Notre Dame at Cosm tomorrow. And it's morning roll call time. So call now, 877-710-ESPN. Since Dad's not here, Sedano, we're going to take a bunch of calls. The best caller wins a 4-pack of GA tickets to watch USC Notre Dame tomorrow at Cosm LA, October 18th. Limited tickets available through Cosm.com. Listen all day for your chance to win. Only today on a Cosm Ticket Friday on ESPN LA. So we'll take the best caller, 877-710-ESPN. We'll do that next. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Heina Friday. We are back in 4 minutes from right now. Smile, mongrels. It's Friday, suckers.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Cadillac of Beverly Hills. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Visit CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
Hey guys, it's producer Lindsay, and this football season, it's time to celebrate game day with Stella Rosa wines. From tailgates to touchdowns, Stella Rosa brings the flavor and excitement with your chance to win a trip to a major football game on January 1st. Prizes include game tickets, airfare, and hotel accommodations, all covered by Stella Rosa. Sip, cheer, and celebrate all season long. Enter now at stellarosa.com/tailgate2025. Must be 21 years of age or older. Please enjoy responsibly.
What's going on? It's Bethel Durant, and I love rolling around in my Toyota. Tacoma, to be exact, and right now, it's Trucktober. If you're in the 818, go check out the All-Stars at Northridge Toyota. In the 626, it's all about Wondries Toyota. And right now, Trucktober is here for you. Lease a brand new 2025 Tacoma for just $164 a month or 36 months plus tax. Northridge Toyota or Wondries Toyota. Serving all of SoCal sports fans, they make it easy.
Lease excludes tax, title, license, registration fees, and dealer options and changes. $59.99 cash or trade equity down. Expires 10/31/25.
The Dodgers. Hey, Laker fans, are you a professional and a parent, a dreamer and a doer? You're in Ender, and National University knows that grind. That's why they offer flexible online courses, career-focused programs, and support for students juggling work, family, and everything in between. Whether you're building a career, raising a family, or chasing big goals, National University helps you reach your end game and your end game. Make your move at nu.edu.
Discover the bold taste of tradition with Amor Salsita homemade authentic salsas. Hi, this is Jerry with Amor Salsita. From dipping your chips, marinating your favorite dish, topping your tacos, Amor Salsita brings the vibrant flavors of Mexico straight to your table. Salsas with smoky, juicy, chunky tomato, roasted tomatillos, and mango habanero flavors. Visit AmorSalsita.com and discover the flavors and recipes. Pick up your Amor Salsita at any Albertsons, Vons, or Pavilions in the produce department. From our kitchen to yours, Amor in every bite.
Waba Grill is an LA original, so we've got to keep it real. Real fresh with our Asian-inspired menu that's grilled to order every time.
Pick me up and never put me down.
Real quality with our marinated proteins like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Enjoy $5 happy hour weekdays after 3 p.m. with our 5-piece pork veggie dumplings and a value-sized premium beverage drink like our creamy and delicious Thai tea. Waba Grill, keeping it real every day for you.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Straight up, homeboy.
George Sedano.
I gotta pop it up higher.
Right.
Scott Kaplan.
Like for me, I'm a morning scraper.
More Sedano and Kap right now.
8:07, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a High Friday. On this day in 1970, the number one hit, the Jackson 5. I'll be there, sucker. I wonder if Sexy Jexy's going to send this video to me next in the DMs. I don't know, man.
As long as he doesn't start singing the song from Ben to you about the pet rat.
Oh, yeah, we didn't get to that. Maybe we'll do that in the YouTube hour. We got to talk about your research on the movie Ben.
You know what worries me about Sexy Jexy, though?
Yeah.
A lot.
Well, So, I spend my weekends at my vacation home down in San Diego.
Right, yes.
The vacation home.
Yes.
And Sexy Jexy, he's got a lot of roots in the same neighborhood.
Right.
So, it worries me sometimes on a Saturday morning when he says, hey, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, babe. You want to meet up at VG's and get some donuts, bro?
Wait, he asks you that? For real?
We'll sit and have some coffee.
Yeah.
Just have some coffee.
I love that kid, but he's a weirdo. I really do.
It's
I love
okay.
him.
Listen, weirdos are fine. If you're a weirdo out there, you're one of the mongrels.
We're all weirdos.
We're all weirdos.
Yeah, you're right.
You have refuge here. Just don't send me DMs about pizza comparing it to Schwanz's, please.
Is that what the comparison was?
Yeah.
The pizza to the
You
Schwanz?
didn't catch that?
Yeah,
no, I didn't really understand the whole, it's limp. And
No,
it's
that's not what he
burnt
said.
on
He
the bottom.
wasn't talking about mine. 8:08 in the morning.
Not after 10 minutes.
Not
Warm that thing up.
Time for the morning roll call made possible by who, Cappy?
It's made possible by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Now, are you serious, Christopher? You want to take multiple phone calls?
Multiple phone calls. Best phone call gets that 4-pack of Cosm tickets for USC Notre Dame. Tomorrow, we start with Nisi in L.A. Good morning, Nisi.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Beautiful.
Nisi.
Yourself?
What up?
I'm good. Well, I love you guys in the morning. It's great. I've been listening to you guys from the first time that you put Cappy and him together, Sedano. But I want to say, in the very beginning, it was so awkward. I mean, I'm like, these guys have no chemistry. What's going on? Cappy, you've always stuck to your guns. You said, oh, I've never heard of that. And there's like an awkward silence, and they had no idea you were just putting them on. And it just was like, oh, no. But I stuck with you. And I think it's kind of cool because I had a Latina mom and a Jewish dad, and so I know the difference. And you guys just came together, and finally they realized you were just putting them on all the time. So, Cappy, I love you.
Well,
and
so
then
much
the
love
other
to
thing
you,
I
girl.
want to say, the other thing I want to say is you got to get back to doing the role playing stuff. It's so hilarious with you and George, and you've got to bring it back. You did one with one of you guys was LeBron, the other was the coach. Who was the coach of?
It was Darvin
Bobo
Ham
or-
at the time.
And it's just hysterical. So please go back to that.
Or you want
It's
more
so good.
Sedano and Cap Theater. I can understand that. I can.
I love it. I love it. It was like professional improv. And I was driving the first time I heard you guys do it, and I couldn't stop laughing in the car. So you bring so much. You just bring so much joy, and I can always count on you to make me laugh. So keep it up. Really love you guys.
All right, love
Nisi,
you
great
too,
call.
girl.
Could you go to Cosm tomorrow?
No, I can't.
Oh,
I can't. Give it to someone else.
Okay,
All right.
Nisi, have a
Well-
great day. Have a
Well,
beautiful day.
given that
Okay.
there's the half Hispanic home and the half Hebraic home, I want to say Shabbat Shalom to you on a Haina Friday.
Exactly right.
Doesn't that make sense?
I was going to give the Cosm tickets to Nisi. That was a great call. Any
Great
call
call.
that compliments us, I like
right.
that.
We don't get them very often. Yeah.
What now?
Right, so we don't get them that often, you know?
No, the drop. I didn't know.
time for him to whip it out.
Oh, okay.
That was Darvin Ham, when they did part of the role playing.
That is true.
Love you, Nisi.
Our friend Luis in Valencia. Good morning, Luis.
Good morning. Hey, so this is pretty cool. So today is my birthday, and my kids got me something that I think
Happy
you guys will
birthday,
like.
homeboy.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. We know that my kid listens to the show. The other day, he actually, told everybody he dove for a ball and said he landed on his schwanz, and he was doing homework and told my wife he had to get up, and he said that he had a scraper, so he had to go to the bathroom.
Hey, what's up,
But
Paul?
now my daughter is starting to listen in the morning, and
Oh, that's
she's
not a good
listening
idea. That's
because
not
now you
what-
guys are on in the morning, and so she runs around calling everybody a sucker and says, "Yeah, tell your friends." But for my birthday, every morning when we listen to you, we love the duck. So I don't know if you guys can hear this. For my birthday, they got me my own little duck. So, we could say, good morning, 8:11. Can you guys hear that?
No, do it one more time. Kill the bed here. Do it one more time.
Hold on. No?
No,
Anyway.
I don't understand. What are we listening to?
it's a
You get like a
little
little
duck
rubber
that I-
ducky
It's
that
not
you
a duck.
squeeze?
It goes quack, quack.
Yeah, because you can always have enough. You can never have enough duck quack quack in your life, right, Cappy?
I agree. Totally right on.
That's a
So,
good
so
deal
now
for
you've
us.
got your own duck so that you could say, hey, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Time for me to go home. Quack, quack. You can do that.
Good job, Luis.
Especially when your son has a scraper.
Exactly.
Right.
That's right.
Hey, Chris, what do you think, man? This guy, it's his birthday.
Well, Luis is a. I called you Luis, but I know it's Luis. Luis, can you go to Cosm tomorrow?
I think I can.
All right, Luis. Congratulations. We'll give you the
Happy
tickets
birthday.
to Cosm, Los Angeles. Stay on hold for us and have a great birthday. And tell your kid to take care of that scraper. Don't hold on to it too long.
No.
Or else you're gonna have an accident like Cappy and I do sometimes.
Right. Do you realize that yesterday, as a matter of fact, I'm in my Subaru Forester, and I'm like, you know what? This car's a mess. I got to clean this car out. I look in the back seat, and there's 2 pairs of Skims underpants. And I'm like, should I take them out and, like, put them in my drawer? I'm like, no, those are actually good things to have in the car. And then there were a couple of T-shirts, and I was like, should I take those out? I'm like, no, those might actually serve as, like, towels at some point. So I got a full supply of stuff in the car just in case of emergency. Extra underpants. Everybody else should carry them around, too.
By the way, it's a Cosm Ticket Friday. Level up your game day experience. Enter for a chance to win pair of tickets to watch USC Notre Dame. We've got them all day long here on ESPN LA. We've got those 4-pack of GA tickets for tomorrow at Cosm Los Angeles. Limited tickets available right now through Cosm.com. Listen all day for your chance to win. Cosm is an amazing place. It's like the ultimate sports bar. Plus, they got the Dome. It's just an incredible place, and you can win them all day long here on ESPN LA.
Mm-hmm.
So I am wearing Skims today.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm worried about the front porch. The front porch is a thing.
Nah, you got to just unbutton the pantalones and then
But then
pull
you
them
gotta
down.
pull it down.
Right, you pull it down. You don't open the front porch. You pull down. I think in 2025, more guys pull down than open the front porch. I think in the Fruit of the Loom era that was like the 80s and the 90s, I think people opened the front porch. I think today, now we're into the Skims and we're into the pull down. I think. Have you seen the new Skims, by the way, Chris? Have you seen the
Kim Kardashian bit?
Yeah, have you seen that one?
Like the 70s stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. That was well
yeah.
done.
Yeah, that is awesome. I think that's hilarious. I'm definitely getting a couple of pairs for Rachel.
I think I really think she was sitting around like, let's see what I could make that people will buy that I think is ridiculous.
And that it will also go viral and everybody will talk about.
Exactly.
Yeah. And by the way, it's also like, as Chris put it, it's a throwback from the 70s. Since nobody's walking around with that hairstyle anymore, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I am, but
well, I mean, yes, you are, but that's a separate issue. But since nobody's walking around with that anymore, it's actually funny. You got it on the outside, but not on the inside. You feel me? So shout out to Kim Kardashian. Do you guys think it'll be weird when I run into her at a Laker game this year, when I walk up to her and I go, Kim, oh my God, I wear your underpants. And then I like take my underpants out and I show them to her. Like, look, I'm wearing them right now. You think that'll freak her out?
I don't think so. I feel like she'd be like, oh, okay. Like, I feel like that's like very on brand.
Yes, and I think she'd be. I think she'd take it as a compliment.
I mean,
think.
when you're Kim Kardashian and you sell underpants, like, you're kind of like, you got to be used to that, right?
Yeah,
Right.
but in the media room, someone coming up to you and being like, hey, check out my underwear.
Well, maybe you don't do it in there. Just do it when you're doing the Cappy Lappy.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Oh,
is that
Cappy Lappy?
I would catch it on the Cappy Lappy.
Ooh, I like
Which, by the way, comes back on Tuesday night when the Lakers open against Golden State. The Cappy Lappy comes back on opening night. I can tell you that right now.
By the way, Cap, I think that your chances with any chances of possibly maybe someday ending up with the Stallion are like kaput.
No, the Stallion
because
is
now,
done.
now she's taking pictures courtside with Julie, with Clay's mom, Michael's wife. I think that now that they've got like the mom relationship,
Yep.
it's over for you.
It looks like my opportunity to get into a relationship with Megan Thee Stallion has come and gone. However, I am still holding out hope that on a certain evening I will go to the bar at Craig's, not a place that I regularly go to, and I will sit down and I will order a chicken parm, and who will be sitting right next to me? Jennifer Aniston. I will break the ice by telling her what a big fan of her father's I was on Days of Our Lives, Victor Kiriakis, and then Jennifer Aniston and I will have a physical relationship at some point in my life.
And ride off into the sunset.
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be a couple long term.
Oh, so you don't want to be a couple?
No, I'm open to the relationship.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
open to it, but I just think that there's going to be
physical.
There's going to be physical contact,
and
between
then
us.
from the physical can create a relationship if you so please.
It can if that's what she wants, then we'll talk about it. But at least we just get down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I got you.
Hey, Graham did something different. Graham is in the social media room today because Parker is not here. He's got the Dodgers today. But Graham has gone to a different camera angle than usual. I mean, it is up my nostrils. You could see like every line of my beard today. I don't know if everybody needed that on social media.
Every
to start
line
Friday.
of your beard?
Like it's really right here.
But I will say you've done.
But look how big my beard was.
Oh my God! And strangely, in that picture, you look happy in the hospital. Which was, I looked at the picture and I was like, oh my God! I was like thinking back to the days that got you into the hospital, the days before when you and I were having dinner that night. And we were walking across the street and you were huffing and puffing. And I'm going, bro, something's not right. And then I see this picture of you in the hospital. I'm like, I don't remember you being that happy.
Well, that was 4 days into the hospital, so
Yeah.
I was on a lot of meds, so I was feeling better. And then all of a sudden, and then the other stuff happened. But the point was, I had that big beard. You know, it
Mhm.
looked Hebraic.
Very
And
rabbinical.
I like the feel of a big beard, but I have a slight curl in my hair. So what happens is I can't grow it out like a Chris Stapleton. I would love to, but it'll turn into just a big bush.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
It sounds like you got double bush, though.
I have trimmed it down, but it's a little there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Your beard looks like you've trimmed it down. What about the other?
It trimmed it down a little bit.
Okay,
But,
so
we'll get
both
there.
have been trimmed
We'll
down
get
just
there.
ever
We'll
so
get
slightly.
there.
Okay.
It just needs. I need like a whole team. I need the Primo to come over and help me.
$200. That's what it's going to take.
I think more.
No, really, Primo's going to charge more for that, huh? That's hazard pay, is what that is.
Exactly.
For real. So let me ask you guys this question. We started off today's show talking about the Dodgers and the 3-0 lead now. And Bergie, I really think that tonight it comes to an end because look, if Blake Snell was as brilliant as he was, and if Yamamoto was maybe even just one step slightly better, and again, it's just about the complete game versus the 8 innings game. And if Tyler Glasnow gave you 5 2/3 yesterday and the bullpen actually picked you up the way they were supposed to, if you're Shohei Ohtani, and you have an opportunity to pitch for the Dodgers in the postseason, brother, this is what you came for. You didn't get this opportunity with the Angels. You were never going to have this opportunity with the Angels. The Angels had the 2 best players on planet Earth at one time playing on the same team, and they didn't have 7 other guys with them. So this is why you signed with the Dodgers, not just for the money and not just for the glory, but it's for moments like these that actually create the glory, you know? And I got to think that Ohtani tonight, having seen the pitching performance of the other 3 guys ahead of him, goes out tonight and gives you the best he got. And you'd have to check me on this, but as they started to stretch him out in the latter part of the season, what was the furthest he'd gone? How many innings?
He went 6, I believe.
So if you could get Ohtani tonight to give you 6 innings, you don't need 7, you don't need 8, you don't need a complete game. If you could get Ohtani to just give you 6 innings tonight, and maybe even it's only 5 based on the rest of the bullpen, meaning that they have been well rested and that they performed last night. If you could get Ohtani to give you 5 strong innings tonight, I just don't see any way that Milwaukee can win this game unless, of course, the strategy is get to the bullpen because that's where they blow up, but that hasn't worked yet either.
So they also did something yesterday that I was kind of against, but it totally worked out. Dave typically knows more than I do. But so they didn't go to Emmett Sheehan after they took out Tyler Glasnow, and they didn't do it so they could have him ready to basically piggyback on Ohtani. So if Ohtani goes 5, you then have Sheehan that can go 3 to go to hopefully Roki on back-to-back. I'm not sure if they will go to him back-to-back. But for the most part, I actually think that Ohtani can go longer. He can go more than 6. He's gone 6 twice. He did it against Arizona in his last start of the regular season. He went 6 against the Phillies in the playoffs. He can go 6. He might even be able to go 7 because he usually has a low pitch count because of the 7 different pitches that he throws, and he's someone that attacks the strike zone. So they're going to have to swing at pitches early and not play their Brewer ball. So if he goes 6 or 7, it just puts you in great position, and then don't have to even worry about the bullpen because Sheehan should be there to back you up over the rest of the way.
You know what I'd really love to see? This is going to sound a little wacky here, okay? Wacky Friday. Wacky Heine Friday.
It's funny. When Christopher came in today, I was like, oh, you ready for a Wacky Friday?
It's a Wacky Friday. Throw this one out there. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Ohtani gives you 6, but when he leaves, the Dodgers have a significant lead.
Okay, that's what is the significant lead before you get to where I think you're going?
5-0.
Okay.
And then who comes in?
Clayton Kershaw.
That's right. That's exactly right. Because
come on, Crenshaw.
If you're Dave and you know what Kershaw has meant to the franchise, which we all understand, and you also realize that he probably, based on his most recent appearance, probably doesn't help that much. But with a 5-0 lead and a chance to be part of the closeout, if you got a significant lead, I might actually feed Kershaw out there.
I mean, it's a thought. I think it would probably have to be bigger. The problem with it is you have the Brewers in a spot where they're just not hitting at all. They can't do anything. They're not manufacturing runs. If they start doing it off of Kershaw and start to feel it, that kind of gets them into the mode. I don't think they're going to win the series. It's going to be almost impossible to come back from 3-0 against this team. But if you start getting them that offensive flow going on them, I just don't know what happens in this game, what happens on Saturday. It could make it last longer. I'd rather just shut the door.
Yeah, I mean, I think it comes to an end tonight anyway. But.
Yes, I do too. But let's say they have a good lead, a 6-7-0 lead, and you bring out Kershaw. If he starts to get in trouble, you just have to pull him. And I like the idea more so because the last time we saw Kershaw, he was giving up 8 runs to the Phillies. And so we don't want to end his career on that performance.
Well, right. And listen, here's the other thing about the Brewers. Now, this kid Jackson Chourio, he's like 21 years old, right? You saw what happened to him yesterday. He swung out of his shoes and hurt it looked like his right knee, which is something that apparently had been giving him some trouble previous, which is why he wasn't running the bases like he's apparently capable of. So I don't even know if that kid will make it in.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Wasn't it Chourio who got?
Chourio. Oh, yeah. So, sorry, I got.
Well, I mean, because you were rolling your eyes at me. I'm like,
no, I wasn't. No, it's definitely not. I was trying to.
Because I could.
I was rolling because I was like, I don't know who he's talking about right now. But yeah, Jackson Chourio, he did hurt his ankle. He said after the game. Yeah, I said after the game that he is going to. That it was just like a sprain, and he's going to be okay. He's going to
sprain. Did you see him not hop off the field?
No, I know. So
I don't know if I'm buying that.
I said apparently this happened earlier in the year, and he said the exact same thing, and he didn't come back for a little bit. So this is what it says. It says it's a cramp. Oh, sorry, it's calf. It says it's a cramp, and he expects to play Game 4 tomorrow.
Oh, cramp is a whole different deal. And I thought the guy broke his leg.
Yeah.
Seriously, the way the guy went hopping off the field. So, look, I think it's over tonight. I said to you guys yesterday at 2-0, this thing was completely over. You go to Milwaukee, you take two games. You didn't just win those 2 games. You stole from them every ounce of belief that they had, and you did it by 2 brilliant starting pitching performances. What are you doing, Bergie?
I'm moving over because Chris hit the camera, so I'm just moving over.
I mean, I can just see what's going on here on the YouTube,
Hit the camera, it's all right.
I mean, all of a sudden, Bergie, I thought there was an earthquake.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't we have like earthquake exercises yesterday?
Are you saying they stole their soul, Cappy?
Stole their soul.
I was in the corner, and I slid over on the chair, and I rammed into it.
Damn, there's a lot of movement going on right now on the YouTube, I can tell you that. So I think it's over tonight, Bergie. I thought it was over, obviously, at 2-0. And again, I brought this up on Monday morning. The notion that Milwaukee will become America's team because they're the small market team that has the small payroll, that has to play the small ball game against the big, bad Dodgers, who now you can see it on social media, people complaining, oh, my God, they've got $1 billion in deferred money. Hey, listen, I said it earlier in the season, they outsmarted everybody. It's not outspend, it's outsmart. And believe me, every other fan base hates it. But deal with it. That is the reality. They outsmarted everybody.
Well, their manager is making it worse, too. Pat Murphy is going around like, oh, no, nobody on the Dodgers even knows our guy's name. Nobody on our team could ever even make the team for the Dodgers. And Blake Snell makes more money than our entire pitching staff. And just going by this like little guy attitude after they won 97 games, were the best team in baseball, and now getting shut down in 3 games where they only hit 8 hits and 2 runs in 3 games. Pathetic, and it's he's basically putting out there what they turned out to be, and it's really sad. I hate the fact that Pat Murphy's doing it that way. Was that a lot for you?
No, it was great.
I thought Cappy was going to retort.
Well, you know what? I actually thought when the music started that Chris was about to jump in.
No.
And yell at you.
I was just finally he does it. We have to wait for Sedano to not be here for him to follow instructions. Anyway, 8:27. Good morning. When we come back, Radio Tinder. Hey. And Beto Duran will join us at 8:45 for the high school football report, thanks to CHLA. Next hour, the YouTube hour, we'll have Sammy Bateshin here, our friend Damon Wines, and so much more. Fun and frivolity on a High Note Friday. The Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Back in 3 minutes from right now. Come on, mongrels.
Sedano and Kap Morning Show. We'd like to thank our founding partner,
LAX, Los Angeles International Airport, where change is in the air. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
This is the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Hey guys, Cappy here. When disaster strikes, you expect your insurance company to be there for you, but often they look for ways to underpay your claim. If you're feeling abandoned, pushed to use low-rated contractors, or ignored after years of loyalty, we protect homeowners from the games and fine print that insurance companies are known for. Contact Avner Gatt, one of California's largest public adjusting firms. Visit avnergatt.com or call 818-917-5256. With a team that has the industry's know-how, including experience from the insurance side, Avner Gatt is ready to fight for you. With over 20 years of experience, they offer a free initial consultation and have the largest network of experts to evaluate your damages. Remember, size, experience, and expertise matter. Don't let your insurance company leave you in the dark. Call Avner Gatt, 818-917-5256, or visit avnergatt.com today. Avner Gatt, your claim, our game.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's hottest card room. Pre-game with friends on game days inside Century Bar and Grill and enjoy daily lunch specials or catch up over a late-night dinner. Step into Ray's Lounge and enjoy live music, DJs on the weekends, and savory crafted cocktails. The only spot where you can park, party, and play 24/7. Hollywood Park Casino now open. Located next to the Forum at SoFi Stadium and the all-new Intuit Dome. For more info, go to playhbc.com or follow them at PlayHBC. Must be 21 plus to enter.
It's baseball.
In a world where drivers pay too much and finding a new vehicle can feel like a struggle, it's Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Take advantage of 1.9% financing for 63 months on a brand new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sport all-wheel drive, or 1.9% financing for 72 months on a brand new 2025 Subaru Outback Premium all-wheel drive.
Approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. But all buyers or vehicles will qualify. Plus tax, tag, title, and doc fee. Zero security deposit. Offers do not combine and are not available on previous purchases. See dealer for complete details. Expires 10/31/2025.
Out here, days are getting a little cooler, and mornings are starting with a few more layers. It's the season for more time at the grill, more feed for your animals. Heaters burn late into the night, and the woods start calling your name. We appreciate hard-working hands, shared moments, and love for our land. That's why season after season, we're here for your life out here. Tractor Supply.
On eBay, every find has a story. Like if you're looking for a vintage band tee, not just any tee, the band tee. You wore it everywhere until your best friend stole it. Now you're on eBay, and there it is. Same tee from the same tour. The things you love have a way of finding their way back to you, especially on eBay. Where else can you find that mint trading card you searched everywhere for, or your first car, the one you wish you never sold? It has to be eBay. Shop eBay for millions of finds, each with a story. eBay, things people love.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Oh, Dion. I.
George Sedano.
LA, baby.
Scott Kaplan.
What's up, LA? Yeah.
What's up, LA?
Hey.
For Sedano and Kap right now.
8:31, good morning. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a Heine Friday. Happy birthday tomorrow, October 18th. He'll turn 46. This man, Neo.
He has 4 Heinas, by the way.
He has how many Heinas?
4 Heinas.
4?
Yeah, 4. That's a lot of Heinas, Jack.
That's a lot of Heinas, right? It's a lot of juggling of Heinas right there.
It's a Heine Friday with Mike Trudell.
Is Trudell joining us today?
Haven't heard back from him yet.
Oh, that little mongrel.
He's probably traveling, right? No? Maybe?
Gutless bum.
I think they're home. The Lakers are home, aren't they?
Hey, speaking of Heinas for a quick second.
Actually, I got a different speaking of, but go ahead, real quick, because we got a caller we got to get to.
Okay.
Because apparently, now this could all be a gag.
Yeah.
A roof scraper.
It could be a roof scraper, but apparently this caller, Jeremiah, we're going to go to. Apparently he had a scraper accident.
Uh-oh. I just want to say one quick thing. You know, we brought those Heinas in last week, the girls, Las Mil Amores, and they loved it. They're like, yeah, we're Heinas, we're tortas, we're everything. And I thought it was really fun. And then I saw them shoot a couple of videos in ESPN LA with our signage behind them.
Right.
And I was like, eee.
What'd you do, Cappy?
I just was like, that's that's not what I expected to have happen. And then when I saw the two brands combined, I didn't love it.
Why? What did they say?
It's not that they said anything. I just didn't love it. You know what I mean?
You discovered them.
I'm the guy. I'm the guy who discovered them.
You're their agent. Remember?
Their manager.
I discovered them after they had 200,000 Instagram followers. I finally discovered them. You know what I mean? And then I saw them with our signage in the back, and I was like, I don't know, man. Just who's the idiot that brought those two guys in? You know.
So
I love those girls. They're awesome.
Maybe we'll talk offline about what the content was. I don't know.
I don't
know.
No, it wasn't a problem at all. It was fun. They were great. They were good songs. You know, I love their work.
Okay.
I'm a big
they
fan
didn't,
of theirs.
Rip us in the video, right?
Oh, God,
okay,
no,
okay.
not at all. They love us, and we love them. But
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's High Enough Friday here in the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
I just love when
now
they play
let's
with
get
their hair.
to Jeremiah. Good morning, Jeremiah.
Hi, Jeremiah.
Hey, how you guys doing? So, first of all, this is not a gag, and Cappy can vouch for me. I hit him up every time this happens, so this is real.
Every time, huh? Okay.
Every time I hit him up on Twitter. So I have two problems with caffeine. First problem, I'm addicted to it. Second problem, gives me the runs.
Oh, boy.
So taking the kids to school, right? And I hit up the Starbucks, get my Trente acai refresher, no water, no lemonade. And it's big, right? So I hit it, and I already had to visit the facilities at Starbucks, so I thought I was good. And I'm driving to a really important meeting with my boss and all my coworkers in person. And I just think, I covered the bases when I hit the Starbucks already, so I'm good. Wasn't good. So something came out, and then I'm like, all right, I'm probably still all right. Swung by another Starbucks, was not all right. Definitely some leak through there. So I had to bust out the emergency pants and underpants.
Yeah.
And I keep two pair in the back of the trunk, just like Cappy. So that's what's up.
Hey, Jeremiah, let me tell you something. Tuesday morning, I was driving through the rain, and I was starting to hurt a little bit. And then when I first parked at LA Live, I was like, uh-oh. And then I was like, did gas just turn into liquid? I'm not sure. I got out of my car, and I was wearing these like light gray pants, and I'm like, oh, this could be really bad. And then I got to try and figure out if I want to say this on the air or not. Maybe I should actually not say this.
I just said it, bro. I don't even get paid. You got to lay it out there.
I decided that I needed to try and feel what happened. You know what I mean? So
Oh, yeah.
So you understand. And the good news was that even though I was wearing light gray pants and light gray Skims, I actually made it upstairs to the bedroom. And I brought with me an extra pair of black Skims and an extra pair of black pants just in case. Turns out I was safe. I didn't do what I thought happened. So I was safe. But let me tell you something, Jeremiah. This is a problem that you have and I have and Chris has and other people have. And it's why, Chris, we got to get that deal done with Depends.
Yes,
If
Jeremiah,
Coach Prime if Coach Prime wears Depends, we can wear Depends. And Jeremiah, you too will eventually wear Depends.
Have a good day, Jeremiah. Thanks for the update. Meanwhile, Adam
it's a real
Schefter,
problem out there.
Yeah, I know. Adam Schefter officially reporting the Rams have ruled out Puka for Sunday due to that ankle injury, the game in London versus the Jags. Here's the thing. If you're drinking a lot of caffeine, especially coffee, it's diuretic, and you're probably dehydrated. So start your morning off with some electrolytes and some water.
And some Imodium.
Well, maybe. Imodium.
Yeah, have a banana.
Have a banana, but also be hydrated because caffeine's going to strip you. And if you're having issues, but I think we went a little too far there.
Well, Chris, I'll tell you what happened to me, though. This is on Wednesday morning.
Down. I don't think we need to go any further.
But let me just tell you what happened.
In your neighborhood, I hear the trash cans.
On Wednesday morning, I got a coffee down at Starbucks. It's something I don't normally do. Then when the Salsita Heine came in, and she fed us the sausage burrito that also had like some hash browns in it, all that grease on top of the coffee, it was an immediate deposit in the bank. If you know what
Radio
I'm saying.
Tinder time, we like to play a TV theme.
Okay, all right.
Tomorrow, October 18th, back in 1988, Roseanne premiered on ABC. And then after that, it'd be like the #1 show in television for 10 years. You can follow her at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram. Don't forget about our sponsors for Radio Tinder, the Crazy Hernandez Brothers, the home of the hardwood, Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-624-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No sale beats wholesale. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. Tough to follow that act, Cappy. So what?
It is, huh?
What I will start with is I guess I'm kind of, I'll say I'm afraid of that conversation. And you know what? 3 in 10 American adults are still afraid of the dark, according to a new survey. I guess men are slightly more afraid of the dark than women, 33% versus 26%. So, I don't know. That's kind of weird that you're at this age and you're still afraid of the dark. Although I will say I have sometimes woke up in the middle of the night and thought that I saw It the Clown in the corner, and it really freaked me out. But nonetheless, what is your biggest fear, Cappy?
Ooh, wow.
Like, what thing are you afraid of, or what were you afraid of growing up?
Well, I think I'm most afraid right now of my daughters. You know what I mean? Like the 3 of them.
I mean, like real scary things. Scary things.
When I was a little kid, you just mentioned the clown in the corner. When I was a little kid, I used to stay with my grandmother and grandfather a lot. And my grandmother had this one picture, I can see it right now, of this clown. And it was a very scary clown face. And it was when you would walk down the stairs and then turn to come down the next part of the stairs. And there was that clown face looking at me right in the face. And that scared the hell out of me. And then I saw a movie, and I was a little kid, and it scarred me for life. You guys ever see the movie called Salem's Lot? Has anybody ever seen that?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So like there's like the dead brother who's like a ghost now. And he's outside of his live brother's bedroom, and he's like scratching on the windows. It scared the hell out of me, and I'm not joking when I tell you, scarred for life. We'll never see that film again, never.
So for me, it's always in scary movies. It's always been about little kids. I don't like little kids. The first scary movie I saw, little kids in scary movies that are like,
like the kid from like The Orphan, or
yeah, those kind of things. I can't handle it. So like the first scary movie I saw was Children of the Corn. And that just terrified me. So anytime any of those movies, like what's the one, Damien, like in some of those other...
The Omen.
The Omen, yeah. Those kind of things just are too much for me. That has always been the little kids that do stuff. The Shining, the 2 little girls that are sitting there talking.
That movie is pretty creepy. I don't know about scary, but creepy. Christopher, what about you? What were you scared of growing up?
Well, I had a mother who was quite the prankster. She still is. Mm-hmm. And I was petrified of everything, like even everything. I was a little scrawny kid, I know. Then at 10 years old, I put on weight and never shut up after that. But I was petrified of Chucky from Child's Play.
Oh, I was scared of him, too.
So my mother bought a Chucky doll and would put it in the hallway and in my bathroom just to torture me. So I'd run out screaming, and my dad would come out and be like, hey, what the F's going on out here? And tell my mother to settle down. But I would just... Then I was scared of Freddy Krueger. So her best friend, he was also a prankster. He got the Freddy Krueger hands and would scratch on my door. You're talking about, I'm like 6 or 7 years old, and they were just
torturing you.
Oh my god! So yeah, but now I love Chucky. Like, it's my favorite Halloween movie. I love The Shining. The stuff that gets to me is the stuff that's like when The Ring came out. I was petrified of that, but now I watch The Ring and I'm kind of humored by it. And the kid is terrifying in that. The little ring kid.
Yeah.
Kid. Can you do me one favor though? Can you just tell me exactly how it sounded when Mucho would come out wondering what was going on?
I was going to say, you do a great impression.
What the F is going on out here? Angela, settle down. Why are you torturing the kid? Leave him alone. But then he wouldn't put a stop to it either.
Come on, Mucho. Some mas, por favor.
I was always afraid of it, and like specifically that movie, because, he's going after
clowns,
the little
just
kids.
in general?
Yeah. No, not clowns in general, just it. Because the scene where he pulls Georgie's arm out of his socket when he's in the sewer, and he's like, hiya, Georgie, don't you want a balloon? and then I was so afraid to watch the ending of it all these years, and then when I was like, I don't know, 13 or 14, I finally watched the ending, only to find out that it was this big, phony, fake-looking spider. Like, that's what it really was. And he just took the form of a clown. I was like, oh, if I would have just watched this when I was little, I would have been over it a long time ago.
You guys remember the Blair Witch Project?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, camping, dude. Like going on the tent and camping, closing, zipping it up. That scared me. I wouldn't want to go camping after watching that movie.
I've seen ghosts where I go camping. Like, there's a guy who had really long hair, and he would run after us. He was real. Trust me.
I think it was a real person running after you.
No, he was a ghost. I've got stories.
Oh, that's Radio Tinder, made possible by Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Lindsay, tell us about our friends at Stella Rosa, please.
All right. I would love to. All right, so Stella Rosa is taking over for game day. And like you guys saw last week, or maybe it was the week before, I had my pup Chewy help me pick out my teams, my winners for the week, along with my Stella Rosa flavor. And this weekend, I'm probably going to go with the Stella Rosa Blueberry because that one's my favorite. I was just telling Jorge, I got to get Brenda a bottle of that stuff. And you can sip your favorite flavors. They've also got Stella Rosa Peach, Stella Rosa Cranberry, which is perfect for the fall. And this season, Stella Rosa, they want to send you on an unforgettable trip to one of the biggest college football games of the year right here in LA on January 1st. Tickets to the game, hotel accommodations, flights, ground transportation, and even some extra spending cash. And all you have to do to enter is go to stellarosa.com/tailgate2025. Remember to celebrate responsibly, and you must be 21 or older to enter.
Thank you, Lindsay. 8:45, and coming up, Beto Duran is going to bring us our high school football report presented by CHLA. That is all next. 2.5 minutes from right now. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on a high enough Friday. Smile, mongrels!
This is the ZipRecruiter Rams Report.
Here's Travis Rogers.
The Los Angeles Rams are headed across the pond for a very early Sunday kickoff in Week 7 of the NFL season, 4:30 a.m. That's when myself, Travis Rogers, and Sua Cravens will get you started with the Toyota Rams countdown to kickoff, followed immediately by all of the play-by-play action. The Rams and the Jags live from London. JB Long, the voice of the Rams, will have the call alongside Maurice Jones-Drew and the Super Bowl champion, none other than DeMarco Farr. And then immediately after the game, we'll be right back here with the Rams post-game report. Me and Sua Cravens breaking down everything that happened in the Week 7 game. Did the Rams find a way to get into the end zone, in the red zone? Did they find a way to make some kicks, something that they've been struggling with all season long? And does Puka Nacua continue to put himself at the top of the NFL receiving list? With Friday's Rams Report, I'm Travis Rogers.
This is the ZipRecruiter Rams Report.
Powered by ZipRecruiter. Looking for your next great hire? Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
You know that old saying, you can have it fast or you can have it good? When it comes to hiring, ZipRecruiter has put that saying to bed. Because with ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast and you get the best person for your job. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology immediately starts showing your job to the right candidates. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Did you know that at Children's Hospital Los Angeles, the game starts before your baby arrives? Their Fetal and Neonatal Institute is a lifeline for over 3,000 high-risk babies and expectant mothers each year. Their expert fetal maternal care team works with families even before birth, making sure your baby gets the best start possible. And for newborns needing intensive care, their Level 4 NICU is the MVP when it comes to caring for the most complex cases. At CHLA, you will have a powerhouse team of specialists ready from day one and in your corner. To learn more, visit chla.org.
Hey, Doc, nice office. Quick question. If you had to choose, would you give yourself a root canal or run payroll?
Run payroll, no question.
Seriously? Have you run payroll before?
Paying my team with Gusto couldn't be easier. Gusto gives me unlimited payroll runs, next day direct deposits, and automatically files my taxes. Saves me time.
Wow, that's nice.
Over here, Doc. Can I run payroll too?
Choose payroll without the pain. Visit gusto.com/radio to sign up for free.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
You're hanging out with the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
I just wanted to inject all that passion and energy.
Yeah.
George Sedano.
Are you ready to say this thing is a complete disaster?
Scott Kaplan.
Yeah.
For Sedano and Cap right now.
Oh, yeah! 8:48, good morning. Sedano and Cap Morning Show. Happy birthday tomorrow, October 18th. We lost him back in 2017. Chuck Berry. And on this day in 1972, the number one hit, Chuck Berry, Cappy, My Ding-a-Ling.
You guys know this song?
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
here know this song?
My ding-a-ling, my ding-a-ling, won't you play with my ding-a-ling?
Yes, indeed.
God, I can't believe I just remembered the words to this song.
Oh, yeah, they
my
play
God.
this every year at the Allegheny Hootenanny.
Well, there you
the
go.
Hootenanny.
Yeah.
Who knew? Meanwhile, our friend Beto
It's a great
Duran
song.
is going to join us right now for the high school football report, made possible by our friends at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. Your child's comeback starts at CHLA. Good morning, Beto Duran.
Buenos dias, everybody. Happy Heine Friday.
Happy Heine Friday to you, sir.
Yes, sir. Happy Heine Friday. What are you going to do to celebrate Heine Friday today, Beto?
Oh, you know me. The sixth and final Lakers preseason game. That's what it's all about tonight.
Okay. That's your Heine Friday, huh?
That's all, man. That's all we got. Nothing like a Laker game because we got to get ready for the Cappy Lappy and the special exclusive Cappy Laker merch coming out.
Oh, yeah. Right. Of course. I thought it was Vikings merch. I didn't know it was Laker merch.
Sure.
Yeah. Purple and yellow. I thought that was Vikings. Beto, because we bring you here on Friday to give us a heads up on all the high school football stuff, why don't we start off with, you've been promoting what happens at SoFi Stadium with high school football games. What happened last night?
All right, so every Thursday, SoFi is allowing a couple schools to come play. So last night, Los Alamitos had a game against Huntington Beach Edison, and also you had Pasadena against Crescenta Valley. So the first game, watch out for Los Alamitos. This is where Mekhi Lemon, the USC receiver, he went there. And, Cappy, you're going to love this. Los Alamitos has a bunch of kids that are from the neighborhood kids. They grew up playing together in Pop Warner. Now they're all juniors and seniors in high school, and their running back is a kid named Lenny Ibarra, going to West Point after this. So he's an elite student, great member of the community. Lenny Ibarra yesterday in Los Alamitos 41-22 win, 216 yards. He was cruising, and he was just gone, man. So he's on fire. Los Alamitos is now 8-0 on the season. Our quarterback Colin Creason had a TD passes of 59 yards and 74 yards. So Los Alamitos right there at the end of the 605 freeway. The Griffins is their nickname. And you know what? Edison, their quarterback, you're going to love it, Cappy. Sam Thompson, 305 yards, 2 TDs. So Huntington Beach Edison, their nickname, the Chargers.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll love it for those guys. Beto, real quick, you mentioned Mekhi Lemon, the receiver from USC. He went to Los Al. Was he there in high school at the same time as Malachi? What's his last name?
Malachi Nelson, who's now at
Nelson.
UTEP. Malachi went to USC, Boise State, and a UTEP. And Mekhi was part of the package deal with Nelson, where it's like, okay, we're getting Malachi Nelson, and Mekhi Lemon's kind of in there. But now Lemon is probably going to be an NFL player pretty soon.
Yeah, and Malachi, again, SC, okay, it's not working out here. I'll go to Boise State. He gets to Boise State. He can't win the starting job there. And now he's at UTEP. And to be honest, I mean, I hate to say it to all the Los Alamitos fans out there, but he's off my radar. Like, I have no idea what he's doing at UTEP this year. Zero. I'll look it up.
He lost his starting job at UTEP.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You talk about a guy who was like the number one high school quarterback in the country. In fact, as I recall, he signed an NIL deal with LeBron's agency.
He was with Clutch Sports in high school.
How did it go so? I mean, listen, I know that we're talking high school, but how did it go from number one high school quarterback in the country to this?
Well, you know what, Cappy? I don't know the kid at all. I met him a couple times, but I don't know him. But this is an example of. Remember Mikey Williams down in San Diego, the basketball player?
Yep.
Who's now at San Diego State. So this is an example of when you get that NIL money in
San
high
Diego
school,
State? No, isn't he at
Sacramento State.
Sacramento State, yeah.
Yeah. This is an example of, for kids, and listen to this, just because you get the NIL, you get the scholarship, that's when you have to work even harder. That's when you have to put in even more work, because the kids that you might have peaked at 16, but there's some other kids who are going to be the late bloomers are going to come out there. For example, Josh Allen. Josh Allen was a JUCO kid who wasn't recruited at a Fireball High School, like in the farm area in Northern California. And now look what he's doing.
Yeah. No, you're right. And listen, I mean, just because you get the NIL money doesn't guarantee that you get the playing time. So good point. All right, let's keep it rolling. So our man, Sexy Jexy, he's a strange brother, but I love the brother. I really do. He's an alum of Damien High.
Yeah.
And what's going on with that team?
All right, so the Spartans right there off the 10 freeway by Pomona, Laverne area right there. Damien High has a quarterback named Isaiah Arriaza. He's now 3rd overall in the San Gabriel Valley. Shout out to Fred Robledo from the SGV News Group. And he put up some numbers yesterday. So Damien beat Upland. And also Roland Padilla, who's a teacher there and a big listener, calls Laker Talk, sent over some videos yesterday. So Damien High, Isaiah Arriaza has been putting up numbers. The kid hasn't gotten the big-time offers, but he's still performing, and look for him to really get late offers right there.
All right. Beto, tonight, you know me, on a Friday night, I could find myself sitting at home, and just as a football junkie, I'll watch it all, man. I'll watch any college football game that's on TV. I don't even know what's on TV. I will just start flipping channels, and if there's football, I'm there. But I love to watch the high school football games on Friday nights. So what's tonight's featured high school football game on TV?
The feature game on Spectrum Sportsnet, my man Tony Moscow is going to be on the broadcast, is St. John Bosco with Koa Malaulu, the sophomore stud quarterback. He's a 5-star, against Carson Palmer's Rancho Santa Margarita Eagles, who beat Mater Dei last week. And I know we got some people in the chat that went to Santa Margarita. You know who else sent his kids to Santa Margarita? Not just Michael Thompson. No, not just him. Not Carson Palmer. No. Pepe Mantilla's kids went to Santa Margarita.
Really?
Yeah. So that game
can they shock the world 2 straight weeks?
Really good defense, and they can. But Bosco is a force. That game's going to be played at Trabuco Hills High School. So Travis might, walk on over. He's in that neighborhood.
Let me just ask you this. I'm kind of putting you on the spot on this one. But last week we were at the Coliseum for USC Michigan, and I've been getting some messages because you've been telling people, hey, if you want us to hype up, your game, your team, your kid, whatever, hit us up on social media. Some people have been sending me something called the San Fernando Valley Classic at the Coliseum.
Yeah.
And there's the girls' flag football game at 5, and then the 7:30 varsity football game. So that sounds pretty cool. The girls getting a chance to play flag football at the Coliseum.
Silmar against San Fernando. Not my Richie!
Beto, hopefully we'll keep rolling with us as we head to the YouTube-only hour. Eisen coming up at 9 a.m. on 710 terrestrially. And we continue on YouTube and the ESPN LA app next.
Don't strike out if you've been injured in an accident. Hey, it's Travis, and at Normand Legal, Joseph S. Normand and his team are ready to step into the batter's box for you. They'll swing for the fences, go extra innings if they have to, and make sure the insurance companies are out at home. They'll cover all the bases and bring you home safe with the maximum compensation you deserve. Call the winning lineup now at 213-747-1234. That's 213-747-1234, or visit normandlegal.com. Normand Legal, your recovery is always a grand slam.
Park, party, and play at Hollywood Park Casino, LA's hottest card room. Pre-game with friends on game days inside Century Bar and Grill, and enjoy daily lunch specials, or catch up over a late-night dinner. Step into Ray's Lounge and enjoy live music, DJs on the weekends, and savory crafted cocktails. The only spot where you can park, party, and play 24/7. Hollywood Park Casino now open. Located next to the Forum at SoFi Stadium and the all-new Intuit Dome. For more info, go to playhbc.com or follow them at playhbc. Must be 21 plus to enter.
It all comes down to this. Decision day in Colorado. LAFC take the field for their final match of the regular season.
Denise, top of the area. Son back to Denise. Shot it in! Oh, what a goal!
Saturday, the black and gold look to make a statement before the playoffs. Coverage of LAFC versus Colorado begins Saturday at 5:30 p.m. on the all-new ESPN LA app.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Hey, it's Mace. BetterHelp therapists have helped over 5 million people worldwide on their mental health journeys. Moments in therapy like the right question, a safe space to cry, a small win can change lives. This World Mental Health Day, we're celebrating the therapists who've helped millions of people take a step forward. BetterHelp can help you get started on that journey. Our fans get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
In a world where drivers pay too much and finding a new vehicle can feel like a struggle, it's Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. Take advantage of 1.9% financing for 63 months on a brand new 2025 Subaru Crosstrek Sport all-wheel drive, or 1.9% financing for 72 months on a brand new 2025 Subaru Outback Premium all-wheel drive.
Approved credit through Subaru Motors Finance. Not all buyers or vehicles qualify. Plus tax, tag, title, and dock fee. Zero security deposit. Offers do not combine and are not available on previous purchases. See dealer for complete details. Expire 10/31/2025.
Discover the bold taste of tradition with Amor Salsita homemade authentic salsas. Hi, this is Jerry with Amor Salsita. From dipping your chips, marinating your favorite dish, topping your tacos, Amor Salsita brings the vibrant flavors of Mexico straight to your table. Salsas with smoky, juicy, chunky tomato, roasted tomatillos, and mango habanero flavors. Visit AmorSalsita.com and discover the flavors and recipes. Pick up your Amor Salsita at any Albertsons, Vons, or Pavilions in the produce department. From our kitchen to yours, Amor in every bite.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Previously on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
A hot Chicana from the barrio keeping it real.
It's a Heina Friday.
It's a Heina Friday.
A hot Chicana from the barrio keeping it real.
Not a Heina that smokes that juice.
You suck and you're gutless.
I want to suck your blood.
It's a Heina Friday.
Yeah, and as somebody who was younger and who was looking out for Big Bro at the
But
time.
he was young. He wouldn't know not to get married.
Yeah, what the hell would I have known at 21 years old?
He was dropping Miami Heat everywhere.
But that's my point. Don't you see that if he would have said to me, hey, listen, I'm dropping Miami Heat. You should be dropping Miami Heat. Let's go drop Miami Heat together. You know, let's go be Crockett and Tubbs. You know what I mean?
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show is on the air.
I woke up at 4:30 because I got to go to the bathroom, once. But,
only once per night?
Only once, yeah.
Hey, nice prostate.
The biggest show in ESPN LA history.
Because it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got nothing to do.
Give me a freaking break.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
How'd you say his name? Asminger?
Asminger.
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
Did you have me on your show to berate me? Is that what you're doing now?
Scott Kaplan, eat a fat one, bro.
The Sedano and Kap Morning Show on 710 ESPN.
The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
My girlfriend Jean went to Korea and had salmon sperm injected into her face. Beautiful.
Okay,
Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. That salmon sperm's going to make all the difference tonight, brother.
We're bigger than U.S. Steel.
Right now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Well, you want to woo-woo?
Bit Boy. It's a Heina Friday.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Heina Friday here in the Sedano and Kap Morning Show.
Yeah. Yeah,
Working
everybody
cat,
together. Bing.
Working cat, working.
Yeah, everybody in your car. Boop-a-bop. Yeah, everybody on YouTube in your office already. It's Friday. It's Friday. And let me just say, for the record, let's go.
Very nice. 9:02 and 40 seconds. The Sedano and Kap Morning Show. A high enough Friday. Beto Duran, the Cisco Kid, continues with us. Sammy Batesh, our ESPN LA Kings insider, later this hour. Damon Wine, CEO of Sellers Advantage. He'll join us around 9:40 for the Real Deal Dealer's Choice. And so much more, Cappy.
Yes, indeed. Now, Beto, let me get your opinion on what's going on here, because there's a lot of things. But the Dodgers, I said this to Bergie earlier, boring. Like, get to the World Series already, because a 3-0 lead, and Milwaukee poses zero threat, none whatsoever. Listen, I give them the credit. Their pitching's been good. The Dodgers have yet to erupt for a big inning. They haven't put up, a crooked number, okay? But seriously, like, it's not. The Dodgers have just outclassed Milwaukee. And Beto, for all the talk earlier in the year, how Milwaukee is going to become America's team. People are going to love Milwaukee, especially if they go up against the Dodgers, because they're small town and they're small market and they're small payroll and they're small ball and all the things that people would love about the Brewers that they would hate about the Dodgers. But they haven't posed any threat. So what do you make of what's going on?
They played in a weaker Central. And they got hot during the season. Then they had played against really bad teams at times, and they had a really good record. The Dodgers are a team that's gelling right now. And I heard you earlier talking about Tommy Edman, heart and soul right now. And one of the reasons the Dodgers are 3-0 right now is because they're not going to that bullpen that much, just enough right there. And let's give credit to Gregory Arthur Bergman for the piggyback plan.
Yeah, piggyback plan. BPP.
And Bergman was on this probably after the All-Star break because he saw this coming, and this is why when you watched the Blue Review, you saw the concern that they had for the pen. And also the Dodgers pen, they were gassed in August and September. I remember having this conversation with Bergman after one of the times I went down to the stadium, and guys were telling me, like, these guys are getting worked. Not just the pitching every day, but the getting up and down to warm up to get into the game. That took a toll. So the Dodgers, right now, they have fresh arms, and it shows. And if Shohei can end it tonight, go for it. You might say it's boring, Cappy, but if you're a Dodger fan, good. Be boring, get out of the way. And Seattle and Toronto, go 7 games because that series is fun, man.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's what I'm getting at is I'm saying boring as in Milwaukee's not making it exciting in any way. They're not posing a threat. You're not sitting there watching the game, biting off your fingernails. But, it's interesting. You talk about a guy like Tommy Edman, right? And Bergie, Tommy Edman is a guy that ever since he got to the Dodgers, because when he got to the Dodgers, he was hurt. So he's dealt with a lot of physical issues along the way, but he's come in so clutch. But I think when we talk about the Dodgers right now seemingly hitting everything on all cylinders, because, Berg, what's the stat or the record over the last, 25 or 30 games when they were in this battle to win the division? Beto brings up that, Milwaukee plays in the lesser than division than what the Dodgers play in. But they just got hot at the right time of the year. And a lot of it was because we were saying when the injuries, when the guys who are injured start to come back, you'll put guys back in their natural position, or at least where they can play best. In the case of Tommy Edman, he has to play second because playing center is not going to work on a gimpy ankle. But it's having a Pajes, and it's having a Kike, and it's having a Teo that allow you to say we don't need Michael Conforto. He wasn't good. He didn't perform up to the contract. He was a part of the issue as the season was going on. You don't even have that guy on the roster anymore. So the return of guys who are hurt and the return of guys getting into the right position, that's a story that maybe we've swept a little under the radar.
So they're 23-7 in their last 30 games, which, that's pretty good numbers right there. And they like we were saying earlier, the Milwaukee Brewers, they peaked really early. They peaked in July. The Dodgers are peaking in October, and that's kind of where you want to be.
Also, remember, Bergman, we were having this conversation that when everybody was concerned and crying and the world is falling apart.
That's why it's not
Dodgers.
Boring, because of what you're saying.
Yeah, right now. But I'm talking about like in August, September. I remember being in your office telling you the guys that are playing right now, we're not going to see them in October. These are stopgap guys that you need right now because as soon as they can pitch one game or one inning, they get shipped right back to Oklahoma City or they get released. They were picking up guys off the waiver wire just to get through the regular season. And Luckily for the Dodgers, they're getting healthy at the right time. And Ohtani, they finally took the reins off of him, the restrictions that they had on him, because in the beginning of the season when Ohtani came back, he was only allowed to throw his fastballs. Then he was mixing some off-speed pitches. Then the amount of pitches he was having. And Ohtani, for him, he had a rehab assignment in a major league season. Normally, guys would have gone to AAA, AA, try to get the arm back up, build it up. Ohtani, because he's a freak and a Hall of Famer, you couldn't send him to the minors to work on his pitching because you needed his bat. So the guy was throwing rehab assignments against major league hitters.
To that point, he wasn't allowed to throw his splitter until September
at all.
And so he got up. He went from 1 pitch in 1 inning to no restrictions and 7 pitches.
And also, Cappy, how about this one? Mookie Betts got healthy. He gained the weight back that he had lost. We still don't know what was wrong with him, why he lost almost 15 pounds, and then that affected him. Mookie wasn't eating the right way because he couldn't hold down the food. He was working hard. He was still doing his regular workouts, but his body wasn't reacting. Now he's healthy. Now he's fine, and he's a Gold Glove caliber shortstop.
Yeah, and you saw that play he made yesterday, which was spectacular. But just real quick, back to Ohtani for one quick second. This is the difference between the Dodgers and other franchises. Other franchises, they have dysfunction in their organization, whether it's ownership, front office, manager, whatever. The Dodgers don't seem, from the outside looking in, to have dysfunction. In other words, they all know whose job is what, and what we're going to do is for the long haul. And I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. When George and I went with the crazy Hernandez brothers to see the Dodgers play the Phillies, it was game 1 of the series. And what happened was in that game is that Ohtani pitched 5 innings of no-hit baseball. And the entire crowd at Dodger Stadium that night was like, okay, well, let's see if he can actually throw a no-hitter. I didn't know that I was going to be seeing a no-hit performance. And as the 6th inning started, as you recall, Ohtani did not return to the mound. And a lot of the fans were like, what the hell, man? And if you even remember what happened.
How about this station was like that?
Well, but remember what happened after that, after Ohtani comes out of that game. And, Bergie, you could probably pull this up to go through the chronology of who the relief pitchers were, unless you have it committed to memory. The point is,
maybe
Ohtani comes out of the game. The bullpen blows the game against the Phillies. The Phillies win the division that night and celebrate at Dodger Stadium. And we were all like, why would Dave pull Ohtani out of the game when at the time I think he had 63 pitches and he'd gone through 5 innings of no-hit baseball? And the thing is this. The reason that they did it is because they weren't going for a no-hitter, and they really didn't even care that much about the win against Philadelphia that night. They were playing that game for what's going to happen tonight. In other words, they were protecting Ohtani then for tonight. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
I'm pretty
they were
sure
doing that all season long.
Pretty sure that was in that game. I'm pretty sure it was Vezia that came out that was giving stuff up, and actually have it right here. So it went Shohei, Robleski gave up 5 right after him.
Yeah.
Henriquez gave up 1. Then Dreyer came out and did nothing. Actually, was clean. Bonda was clean, and then Trinan came out and gave up 3. So Robleski just got destroyed in a third of an inning.
Right. So my only point is this, is that when people complained about Ohtani not getting a chance to go back out there because he had a no-hitter through 5, the Dodgers, whether that, and we'll call it the brain trust of Andrew Friedman and Dave Roberts, they were not going to respond necessarily to the criticism because they had a long-term plan.
They don't pay attention to what they're saying in the YouTube chat. Maybe Friedman should. Maybe if he would do that, he'd be better for his life. But here's this, Cappy. And I heard you talking earlier. Or no, Bergman was talking about Pat Murphy, right? About how Pat Murphy's doing we're playing we're the sisters of the poor, like Lou Holtz would say back in the day. You know, the Brewers are a good team, and for him to say some of our guys wouldn't make their team, he has guys out of the pen throwing 100, bro. Everybody's doing that. The Miz is a freak, man. So don't tell me they don't have that. What Pat Murphy's doing, and Cap, you know him from his days in San Diego, he is doing the Ted Lasso, golly gee, us against the world, because he plays the media really well. Pat Murphy makes sure that every single time you go into his press conference that he introduces himself to every single person. He meets them. All he's missing is making the scones for the media members like he did in Ted Lasso. It would have been perfect. But that's what he is, because his team, we don't know who they are. they're kind of a boring team. Even though they got a couple of local guys, like Joey Ortiz, the shortstop, he went to Garden Grove Pacifica, but we didn't know anything about him. This is a guy that's been bouncing around different teams. We don't know much about him, nor do we care because they're they're in the middle of the country. We don't care about a Milwaukee team. We're not paying attention to Milwaukee. Chicago would have been the bigger name. We still don't know about them because the Dodger fans this year, and before anybody starts saying, you bought your team, you know what, damn well, the Padres have a team that they can buy. The Mets have the highest payroll they can buy. The Yankees can buy. Everybody can buy players. The Brewers owner, you know what he does? He lives in L.A. He lives in Beverly Hills. Anastasio lives in L.A., and he's the owner of the Brewers. He is a billionaire. So they can go and spend money, too, and they're going to have to figure that out, too. So don't give me this, the Dodgers buy a team. It's not even that. Everybody can spend money. The Dodgers, what they do is they know how to maintain when they're hurt. When other players on other teams go down, right, their season falls apart. The Dodgers did not have Ohtani. They did not have this. They didn't have this. They had Mookie. What do they do? They're getting guys that you've never heard of that have been DFA'd by other teams, and they use them. That's where the Dodgers have the advantage in the front office, in their analytics department, knowing how to find and put guys together in opportunities for a week or 10 days. That's why they're elite compared to some of the other teams.
You know what the Dodgers are going to do, by the way? So this is all going to change. You're not going to be able to use the salary cap the way that the Dodgers, or if there is a salary cap like they're talking about, the Dodgers are going to go out and they're going to go sign Kyle Tucker to play their left field because they think, it's going to, if it gets grandfathered in, they're going to buy as much as they can in the next year, spend another $1 billion this offseason because they won't be able to do it after this next year. And it's just going to make it worse for the rest of the league.
Well, you know what? If they're going to charge me $28 for a beer, if they're charging me $28 for a beer and $50 a park, you better go and spend that money on
Absolutely.
the team.
Every single team, every single fan wants their team to do what the Dodgers are doing.
Well, but I will just tell you that if you were an opposing fan base, if you were Milwaukee and you just heard Beto's rant about how the Dodgers build their team and how they spend when other teams don't, but they can. The one thing is that what fans from other teams would all complain about is, but look what you guys are doing. You're paying Ohtani barely anything, and you deferred all this money, so it's really not like you're spending it right now. It's like, well, wait a second.
All teams defer money. All teams do it, just not that amount.
Well, I'll tell you right now.
Not level.
It's right, and guess what? You should all do it too. That's just it. The difference is, here's the difference. Your owner may be a billionaire from his or her business. The difference is that the owners of the Dodgers are in the world of making money off of money. So what they did is they said, well, we'll give you the $700 million in years, but we don't need to give it to you right now, and he doesn't need it right now. And so the $700 million that they had to prove to baseball that they have, that money is earning money. By the time they pay Ohtani $700 million, the $700 million that they pay him will probably be worth $2 billion. They would have made a lot more money off of the money.
And also, they pay whatever they're making in revenue. They're using like 75% of their revenue, which is the second in baseball. Yes. The Mets used about 90% of their revenue on players. There's teams like the Marlins and the White Sox that use like 20% of it. So they're still making money. They just are not using it towards their players. The Dodgers are making money and spending that money on the team.
Shout out Artie Moreno. Way to do it, Artie. But also this, Bergman, you know what? For everybody's complaining about the Dodgers, and your buddy JT the Brick yesterday sent a tweet about how the Dodgers are.
That's Cappy's buddy.
That's Chris's best friend. Chris is going to his 60th birthday party.
What are they going to do? Cry about the Yankees at that party?
Yes, he even put it before you go and say I'm crying about the Yankees. You know what Hal Steinbrenner's not doing? He's not investing in his baseball team. He doesn't care about baseball. Mark Walter and the Dodgers front office, they care about baseball because for Dodger fans, I know it's an embarrassment of riches, but damn it, don't we remember when we were bankrupt with Frank McCourt? Because I do, because I did a function for the Dodgers and I had to go to bankruptcy court to get paid because Frank McCourt wasn't paying the players. Jamie McCourt was buying a house just to swim in Malibu. So Dodger fans, you should enjoy all this because there were some lean years before Guggenheim showed up.
All right.
Thank you, Beto Duran, the great Beto Duran, the Cisco Kid.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I love that our mongrels, our morning show mongrels, have infested on JT's timeline and just ripping him apart to shreds. At least he finally has some engagement.
And Esther is calling him JT the Bit.
Well, hey,
JT
Chris,
the Bit, JT the Hack, whichever you like.
You did accuse him, and this is where I think a lot of the problem started. You accused him of utilizing the 710 fan base.
No, ESPN LA.
To create the
I accused him of using our ESPN LA because we are the most followed sports station in the world on social media. I accused him of using us for clout, which he was.
Yeah,
he
but
was
look
using
what's
our
happened.
post and then retweeting them just so he could be like, oh, Devontae Adams, and his karma is his team is the worst team in football.
Well, no, that's
Does
not
he say,
necessarily true.
And their
That's
head
not
coach
true.
uses teeth glue.
No, that's not true either. That is not true. They are not the worst team in football.
Sorry, they're the third. They're the third worst team.
No, they're not, actually. Don't
have
you
2
listen on Tuesdays when I give you the cap 10, I give you the best 10, and then I give you the worst 5. The Raiders don't make the worst 5. They were number 10 this past week.
Okay.
All right.
Now
There's
they're playing
6 teams with worse
We'll
records.
see how it goes Sunday against the Chiefs.
Well, that's one of those upset alert games to be on the lookout for.
Uh-huh.
However, because the Chiefs got off to such a bad start, they cannot afford to give up a game like this. So,
Beto, have a great weekend. Thank you for popping in on a High Enough Friday. Meanwhile, the High Enough Friday continues. Our other friend, he was celebrating a birthday yesterday. He's the great Sammy Vitesh, our ESPN LA Kings insider in studio with us. Good morning, Sammy.
Hello,
By the way,
everybody.
are the Kings just not good?
Okay, all right.
They've won, like, what?
Well, technically, they've won one game. Not even technically. They've
What do you
won
mean
one
technically?
game. No.
Yeah.
Well, Cappy, this is actually my issue with the NHL. So to launch right into it, the reason I say technically, and by the way, how do we like the glasses today? This is a whole new thing for me.
Well, wait a second. Hold on a second. Not only do I love your
Cappy's
glasses.
say you're jocking his style.
You
Yeah,
are.
Okay.
You are.
It's
you
these.
Are those blenders?
Yeah, why are you
they
jocking
blenders?
his steez,
I
man?
need to get the blenders, but I may need a prescription, legitimately.
Oh no!
All
Well,
of a
you know
sudden,
what
I
you
can't
do.
see.
You know what
Happy
you do
birthday, I
is you
can't see.
you upload your prescription to the Blenders website, and then you pick out the frames, and then they send them to you. It's fast. It's inexpensive. I wouldn't have said, Lindsay, that he's jocking my style because I don't have that phrase in my vocab.
Okay.
However, I will take it going forward. But I would have said that you were biting on my living because
Ooh.
now,
I
Sammy
like that one.
Batesh, I have also put on my clear frame
Let's
glasses.
go. Yeah, how do so the clear on clear. Now,
I
you
love
got,
it.
But you have the blenders, right?
I have got the Blenders.
These are really, I think I got these at Office Depot. You know, these are not significant glasses here. But they do have, by the way, they do have the hinges. Do the blenders have the hinges that move here on the springs? Because this helps that the glasses never break. And it's such a
Are those
simple
readers?
thing. They're readers.
Okay.
They're readers.
All right. I got
Reader?
you.
Yeah, no, they're readers. They're readers.
All right,
So no,
let me-
okay. So get to the Kings. I could answer Chris's question first, unless you have one, Captain.
Well,
let
let me ask you. So last night, let me just tell you what happened to me last night. So I'm watching the Kings game. I had a great night last night. I got the Dodger game in.
Oh.
Then I got in the Steelers and the Bengals.
Beautiful.
Which was good and bad. I picked the Bengals to cover here on the show.
Okay, well, that's great.
But then I wound up betting the Steelers later in the day.
Wait a second. You hedged your own
I
bet
did,
with
well,
what?
I really thought that Cincinnati would cover, so I picked Cincinnati on the show. But then the tout service that I follow, this was one of their top plays, and they're like 75% on their top plays. But they obviously got beat last night. Nobody knew that Cincinnati would actually win that game. So I bet on the Steelers, and I lost the bet, but I won here on the show. Then when it was all said and done, then I was watching the Kings game. Got to the end of the second period. It was a 2-2 game. And I'm like, man, I'll tell you right now, the Kings better start forechecking in the third period or we're going to have some major problems here. And I fell asleep. And I woke up this morning to find out that the Kings lost 4-2. So I guess there wasn't as much forechecking as I needed.
What's forechecking?
Tell him, Sammy.
All right, so forechecking, Lindsay. Forechecking is when the puck is down low and you're trying to get the puck back from the other team. You're trying to keep the puck cycled in the offensive zone, okay? So the forecheck.
Is this like a slot cut, but for hockey?
No, I mean, forecheck essentially is just keeping the puck in that zone and checking it away from the other team, all right? So you're basically checking the team when they're trying to get possession of the puck. You're keeping it in the zone. Cycling and forechecking are the two key terms other than scoring and hitting and slashing and all the penalties, etc. But yes, there was not enough forechecking, Cappy, at all. And the Kings had 2 opportunities on the power play in the second period and then in the third period that they did not capitalize on. But you missed the number one story of the game, Cappy.
Tell us.
If you're watching that game, what's the number one story going into that game, Cappy? Now, your son, you tell me, is a Penguins fan, right?
That's right.
Okay. So,
Well, you have these 2 monster stars, one on each side, right?
And what have I called this season? It's the Kopi Tour, right? This is
Right,
Kopitar's last season. So here was the opportunity. Lindsay, you got a question?
Yeah, I just have a question because I'm trying to be a puckhead here, guys.
I love it.
Was this similar to like Flacco versus Rodgers, but the NHL version?
This is very similar. And remember,
Good job, baseball.
And remember, to Bergman's point, I had made this, and Scherzer, a great night for him. When Bergman had brought up the last opportunity for Scherzer going against Kershaw this season, it's very akin to that. But here's what happened. Kopi Tour, as I've called it, all of a sudden, the puck's about to drop. Guess who's not on the ice? Kopitar. No Kopitar last night. Kopitar's hurt.
He blew it.
So in that game that's supposed to be this legendary matchup of Kopitar versus Crosby. And by the way, Crosby, 20 seasons with the Penguins. Kopitar, 20 seasons with the Kings. It's the Kopi Tour. It's his final season, and we're going to see them together on the ice. And instead, Kopitar was injured. And by the way, friendly fire, I don't know if Parker was able to ever find this, but in the game on Monday against Minnesota in Minnesota, Kempe is trying to tie that game up. And Kempe, with friendly fire, he slaps the puck towards the net. It hits Kopitar in the toe, and you could see Kopitar look down, and he yells. And it's just like, man, what are you doing to me? You just hit me in the foot. And Kempe's looking at Kopitar like, what do you mean that was about to go in the net? Well, guess what? Kopitar's foot is damaged. And so he was not able to play last night. And we don't know. It's sort of a day-to-day situation, but we're hoping for the best for Kopitar. But he was not on the ice, and that was supposed to be the story of the game, was Kopitar, Malkin, and Crosby. And so to your point about the forecheck, the power play was off kilter without Kopitar, and that's what they needed.
I'm surprised to hear that he hurt his foot or his toe. Listen, I mean, there are places on a hockey uniform where a puck can actually hit you and get you. I mean, right in the forearm area, the neck area, etc. But the way the skates are designed, they're almost like bulletproof. So the fact that he was able to, penetrate. I mean, I don't know how fast the shot was, but I mean that's.
Kempe's got a heavy shot. I wouldn't say that's more of a hard six. His shot is probably more of a hard six. I would say so. Kempe's got a significant shot, and again, that toe is reinforced. I mean, you've had skates on, right, Cappy? I know you're not afraid to get out there and skate. Nope. In fact, we have video of Chris skating, I believe, at some point. I know that didn't go so well, but if you haven't,
because he got attacked. That's why.
That's true. Now, look, there's figure skates. And then there are ice skates for hockey, right? There's two different kinds of skate. The hockey skate has this reinforced toe, so that's not supposed to happen. That just goes to show you how hard that shot was from Kempe. And so
it's like guys who wear work boots with steel toe.
Exactly. It's like a steel toe situation. So that was surprising. Seriously. So no Kopitar. And the other story of the game, Cappy, Forsberg was playing. The other part, there's another injury. Darcy Kemper for the Kings, the starting goalie, he also didn't play in the game. He didn't even suit up in the game. So they signed this kid, Phoenix Copley. They got him back from Tampa. He's basically like a third quarterback. He's like their third goalie. So they had Copley on the bench behind Anton Forsberg. Forsberg's actually the only goalie has got a win for them this season. He's the one that was in the net when they won in Vegas. And so Forsberg is in the game. Forsberg will admit he was dreadful in that game last night. Forsberg gave up 2 goals that are inexcusable in this league. And he will be the first to tell you that there's no way he should have given up the tying goal and the go-ahead goal. They were awful in that game.
The tying goal was so bizarre because it was like a little dribbler that went by him, and he was standing there, and it was as if he didn't even make an effort to try and stop it, as if maybe he didn't even see it. But it wasn't like a significant shot. There wasn't anybody necessarily rushing the crease. It was just one of those weird situations. He's standing there, and the puck just kind of dribbles right by him.
It's as if he was almost standing up. So he's in a butterfly position. Butterfly position is when you're down, the goalie goes in onto his knees, and he spreads out his leg pads so that he can cover all of the bottom of the net, and then also the top half of his body is covering as much of the net to the crossbar. So he's in that position, but for some reason his pad lifted up as if he was almost expecting a shot to go high, and it was along the ground. I mean, along the ice. The guy that put it in, Dewar, is not a goal scorer at all. He's in there just mucking it up, and it was it was not even an amazing play by the Penguins in any way. Now, the Malkin goal, I'll give him credit. That was a tweener goal. That's Malkin. He's a legendary Hall of Famer. This second goal was absolutely awful, and the third goal was shorthanded. It was tough to be in the building to see that. They're up 2-0. They give it away. The only good news is if you were there to see the Penguins and to see those historic players, Crosby and Malkin scores a goal on the power play, and then Crosby scores the empty netter, which sealed it. But look, it was bad, but I'll tell you this much. The Kings are going to be all right. They're going to get Kopitar back. They're going to get Kemper back. It's going to be just fine, but it is not the start they were expecting whatsoever.
Sammy Batesh, our ESPN LA Kings insider, hosted the Kings Talk after each game. Now, the Hurricanes come in tomorrow, tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Kings, Hurricanes. I saw a lot of Hurricanes fans on the train to Orange County last night because they played the Ducks, and they beat the Ducks 4-1. Are the Canes good? Are they going to beat the Kings?
Well, the Canes haven't lost the game.
Okay.
So if that, so the Canes,
and their fans travel well, I hear.
They do very much. The Canes are an excellent team, and Cappy, you always we like on the morning show when I sort of teach you about another guy that we don't know about, right? And so who's the guy on the other team to watch? Now, normally Aho is really their best player, Sebastian Aho. But the guy I want you to watch, he's a former Flyer. And yes, you can tell me, all right, Sam, enough with Philadelphia here. But Shane Gostisbehere is a defenseman for this team. But He has scored in every single game that they've played so far, Gostisbehere. And his nickname is the Ghost. They call him Ghost, short for Gostisbehere. His name's spelled G-O-S-T, so it's, Ghost is his nickname. Everyone's got a nickname. By the way, Cappy, you could be an ice hockey player for sure.
Right.
Cappy
well,
is
right,
great.
my original name would be like Cappy Tofsky.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if your full name was right. Yeah. Kaplovsky, you'd be Cappy. That's it. Kopi, Cappy, we could totally do that. It would be the Cappy tour if it was your final season. But the Ghost, I want you to watch the Ghost on Carolina. He is a defenseman, but he's an offensive-minded defenseman, sort of like Paul Coffey back in the day. These defensemen that would step into the offensive play, and he gets on the score sheet more often than not. So the Ghost is who I want you to watch. And also, Rod Brindamore, the head coach for the Hurricanes.
He was a great player.
Yeah, former Flyer legend, but former Hurricane legend. When the Canes won the Stanley Cup, he was their captain, and now he's their head coach. And he is just a mean, burly dude. He is a tough guy on the ice and off the ice. And he has them 4-0-0 to start this season, and they were in the Eastern Conference Final last season. So absolutely, to answer your question, Chris, the Canes are very for real. This is a big opponent. The good news, no matter what, and I know sometimes people get upset. I know that Ron the Caddy didn't like me talking about fashion, but guess what? Saturday night, we're going to see the third jerseys, that cool King's crest, that sort of throwback. It used to be a purple and yellow logo. Now it's that black and silver. It is so cool. You're going to see those jerseys on Saturday. And before we get out of here, I got to bring Bergman into this. Greg, I know when we had the hard six conversation about the NLCS, I believe you had, what, 5 was your prediction? And then you and I had a chat. And what did I say it was going to be?
Sweep. You had a sweep.
I said this was going to be a sweep because I really was only saying, look, the Phillies, everyone thought was going to be the toughest opponent for this Dodgers team. And they took care of the Dodgers in a 5-game series. They took care of them in 4 games. They lost 1 game. So I figured if they only lost 1 game to the Phillies, why are they going to lose to the Brewers?
Well, and to have 2 wins on the road in Milwaukee and bring it back 2-0, I mean, Milwaukee got no chance.
And I love what you said, Cappy, about Shohei Ohtani. This is Shohei's moment right here to put a stamp, not only offensively, and he hasn't been amazing offensively to this point, but for him to go out and cap this with another great starting pitching performance. Because remember, against the Phillies, I mean, Bergman, he settled in, but he gave up 3 runs. You're supposed to lose that game to the Phillies.
You are supposed to lose that game, but yeah, he settled in, and they were great through the rest of the way.
But he's now thinking in his head, look at the starting pitching performances that have happened since that. What
he
was able to do.
He goes 7 tonight. He goes 7 tonight.
I think he's absolutely going to be that. And just, I want to poll the room. Lindsay, I don't know if you heard what Bergman brought up with Mason and Iron yesterday. And I'd love to hear from Morales on this. The intern was wearing shorts.
Oh, yeah.
I want to get into this.
We started
have not gotten there yet. We've not gotten there.
Okay.
We'll get there coming up, though,
I can't
for
wait.
sure.
I can't wait to hear that.
I mean, he was told to wear shorts. I don't see what the big deal is.
He was not told to wear shorts. He was not told to wear shorts.
He was told to be comfortable.
Comfortable in an internship on your 4th day. It's a different conversation.
Give the kid a chance, man.
By the way, I just watched the third goal that Pittsburgh scored last night, Sam. That was terrible.
Dreadful.
God, it was terrible.
Dreadful. They'll be better. They'll be better
Patesh,
Saturday.
thank you. You
Love
can catch him on Kings Talk after every Kings game, our ESPN LA Kings Insider. Keep talking over me, Cappy. It makes for great radio.
All the love. So
Quentin
much
Yates,
love for
the
you,
Big
Sammy.
CY, is next.
A lot of love, Sam.
9:30. We're back in 2 minutes right here on the Sedano and Kap Morning Show on ESPN LA.
DeMarco and Travis, weekday afternoons starting at 3.
I think I flipped out the first time I saw a real woodpecker.
Oh, those are wild.
Yeah. I'm like, he really does that.
Yeah.
Wow. We need a drop. We need that as a drop.
You didn't think I had that in me?
No.
There you go.
The DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show. Weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on 710 ESPN, the ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
Hey guys, Cappy here. When disaster strikes, you need an ally who truly understands your needs. Avner Gatt is here to help you navigate the complexities of insurance claims. Are you feeling abandoned because your home is unlivable and your insurance company isn't cooperating? Or perhaps you're being pressured to use a contractor with poor reviews. You've been loyal to your insurance company for over 20 years, yet now they treat you like an outsider. Avner Gatt knows how to turn the tables. We protect homeowners from the games and fine print that insurance companies are known for, and we cover all of Southern California, ensuring your voice is heard and your home is restored. Visit AvnerGatt.com or call 818-917-5256. Avner and his family personally take your calls with 5-star ratings from Yelp, Google, and the Better Business Bureau.
Don't let your insurance company dictate your future. Avner Gatt is here to help. Visit avnergatt.com or call 818-917-5256. Avner Gatt, your claim, our game.
It all comes down to this. Decision day in Colorado. LAFC take the field for their final match of the regular season.
The knee, top of the area. Son back to the knee, shot it in! Oh, what a goal!
Saturday, the black and gold look to make a statement before the playoffs. Coverage of LAFC versus Colorado begins Saturday at 5:30 p.m. on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Sedano Kap Morning Show, the YouTube-only hour, 9:33 on a Heine Friday. On this day, back in 1987, the number one hit, Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam, Lost in Emotion, Cappy.
Now I have a question. Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam, is Full Force also credited? Because Lisa Lisa could be by herself. She could be with Cult Jam and Full Force, but it didn't sound like you said Full Force.
It's not on the sheet.
It's similarly to John Mellencamp and John Cougar Mellencamp, correct, Cappy?
Correct. I mean, he did change names along the way, and I'm not sure that Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam had Full Force in every song. But I love this song. I was working at the Chess King when this song was happening.
Oh, beautiful. Damon Wines from Sellers Advantage will join us for the Dealer's Choice in just a few minutes. Meanwhile, the 52nd Annual Los Angeles Korean Festival is back. Now through Sunday at Seoul International Park in Koreatown. Celebrate Korean culture with food, music, art, and performance for the whole family. And today, stop by the ESPN LA tent and pick up some swag. All you have to do when you walk up is say, "Shouts out." Admission is free. Come be part of one of LA's favorite traditions. Learn more at lakoreanfestival.org. The Big CY. You can hear Clinton and friends weekdays at 7 a.m. on the all-new ESPN LA app. Clinton now joins us in studio. Big CY.
What's up?
I love the outfit today.
You like this? Yeah. Well, we're going to the ballpark a little later, so I had to look a little decent. I'm going to change shirts and actually put one with a collar on. But I got to ask you guys, I presume you talked about this earlier today. As people that have been in this business for a long time, at least collectively all of us, that clip of Bill Belichick's girlfriend?
Oh, my God.
I just watched it.
Storming the production meeting?
Oh, yeah.
Was brutal. I don't know that I've seen a case of, not since, the mongrels in the YouTube chat, somebody being so clueless, idiotic, and just plain, why are you here, to the point that I almost had to put it down.
So I just watched it, and I was telling Chris, I was like, it's pretty bad, but I don't think it plays on the air because she's literally...
No, it doesn't play on the air because there's one point where the producer turns and he does, again, on the YouTube, if you want to see my whole outfit, I know you do. He's standing looking at the thing, and he does one of these. He just goes...
Yeah. Yep.
And whenever you see a guy do that, he has given up.
She's just micromanaging every aspect of his life, including the overuse of the word Adobe Photoshop.
I could not believe that. She's out there talking about football strategies and how to make decks with actual television producers.
Yeah.
You
know what I was thinking, though?
The Dunning-Kruger effect was off the charts.
But, Clinton, here's what I was thinking. I'm like, this girl's 24. Her boyfriend is 73 or whatever Bill Belichick is. She's walking in there like a boss.
I don't know about that, Cappy. That's what I'm saying. It comes across as far more phony than it does like, oh, she's some whiz-bang who ended up wherever. It was like, no, you sound like any other sorority girl I've seen in North Carolina.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Like, she walks in like a boss, but she doesn't sound it.
Yeah.
And I just think to myself this. I got a daughter who's 23 years old. And you know what? She's got her first job, and she's trying to do the best job she can do. But I can't imagine her, 23 years old, walking into a room with a bunch of people that are accomplished in their profession to get them into that room in the first place. And she's going to walk in and take over and tell everybody how to do their job.
Unreal.
Hey, listen, guys, making a website's not really that hard. I did it in 3 minutes. Look at mine. And then you look at it and you're like, that website sucks.
Again, this is only the kind of Dunning-Kruger effect I expect from the idiots in the YouTube chat. I don't expect that from actual people trying to make a television show with one of the greatest coaches of all time. It's embarrassing. Anyway.
Well, what's embarrassing is that Bill Belichick is one of the greatest coaches of all time, and his 6 Super Bowls will tell you that as a head coach. And, oh, by the way, he'll be going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Correct.
But when it's all said and done,
the legacy changes.
This will be such a colossal failure. And you cannot convince me that in the next 3 or 4 years, if he's still there at North Carolina, which I don't think he will be, but you cannot convince me that in the next 3 or 4 years, anything will change there. They will never be good under Bill Belichick. Never.
No.
No kid in high school is like, I gotta play for Belichick. No kid in the transfer portal is like, the only way to get to the NFL is to play for this guy. It's a fraud. The whole thing is about ego. And from a North Carolina perspective, you guys made the biggest, dumbest mistake ever bringing this guy and his circus to your school.
To be fair, North Carolina, kind of a ghetto fabulous athletics department in general. People forget that. They tend to lose track of that because, like, Roy Williams exists and so does Dean. But there are other sports outside of the young lady who's the field hockey coach. There are other sports. That school is a little out of pocket in general. But I think you're right. I think it's one of those deals where it turns into what is effectively Game of Thrones. That last season or whatever, people were like, oh, I'm throwing the whole thing out because they just botched it at the end. And I don't mean that he shouldn't go to Canton. But I do think that the entire legacy is tainted, might not be the word, but affected, Scott, because you just have to view it differently based on how he's handled this, dare I say, final chapter.
Yeah, in fact, who was it a couple weeks ago that on Amazon Prime, oh, by the way, just a quick timeout. Last night, as I got done with the Dodger game and I went to go start looking for the football game, I'm flipping channels, and I'm like, where the hell's the football game? Who's got the like? It didn't occur to me last night that
Prime.
Amazon Prime. So I had to leave one app to go to another app on the phone. I'm worried about the basketball season, Clinton. I'm going to be all over the place when it comes to trying to find NBA basketball this year.
You should have just talked into your remote, and then it would have been like, this channel does not exist.
That is a good point.
Do you watch football games on Prime? Like, do you watch it on the regular view, or do you watch it on the, like, whatever it is, the football, like where it looks like Madden?
No, I only watch it on whatever their live regular main broadcast is.
You should watch the other one. It's pretty cool. It has it has name identifiers, it has vectors that are on the field, tracers rather, and it's just a different look at the game. Basically, it's goalpost view. It's basically the all 22.
Okay, I want to see
watch
that.
that live. Yeah,
but you know what's amazing though, Clinton, is that a couple weeks ago, the New York Giants were playing on a Thursday night football game, and they were talking about Russell Wilson, and I think it was Tony Gonzalez who said no player in the history of the game has played themselves out of the Hall of Fame.
That was brutal.
More so than Russell Wilson. And of course, Richard Sherman, who has a beef with Russell Wilson, he kind of piled on.
Oh, he played with him.
Right. But the point I'm trying to make is that you look at a guy like Russell Wilson, and if he would have retired before going to the Giants, where he's now a backup to a rookie, you would have said, hey, Russell Wilson's a Hall of Famer, won a Super Bowl, went back to a Super Bowl, had a great career, etc. But the end of his career, he's playing himself, and this is in quotes, out of the Hall of Fame. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing that Belichick is doing.
A little bit.
He's going to be in the Hall of Fame. But when people remember Bill Belichick, they may remember the disaster of not just going to North Carolina, which was a stupid move in the first place, but this 24-year-old little girl that he brings with him everywhere who's trying to tell everybody how to do their jobs better when she don't have any experience of doing any jobs.
What do you mean? She built a website with Photoshop, Adobe Photoshop. Didn't you hear?
I did.
Anyway, but here's the thing. So just about that conversation, though, real quick before we get to the Dodgers. So what game was that again, that Thursday night game that you were referring to?
The Giants were playing, I don't remember who.
It was a dog game at halftime, right?
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, again, YouTube chat.
It was the Chargers.
So I can explain. And it was that made an solid. So Wilson was that was about is a little unkind from football player to football player, but
for a guy like Richard Sherman, because Richard Sherman, he really, when they played together and Russ was on the other side, and they kept accusing Russ of being, Pete's go-to guy, and listen, you can talk about accusations all you want, but they definitely railroaded him that night.
Yeah,
that's for damn sure.
It was weird. It was
the
weird.
Eagles game.
Right.
It was the Eagles game.
It was the first half was a disaster, and I remember being like, anyway.
Yeah. So you might as well jump in here, the big CY.
Yeah, I'm headed
We've been
to the
talking
park
Dodgers
after
all
this.
day.
I'm headed to the park after I leave here, and I think here's the thing. I explained this today on the air. It's when it comes to the Dodgers, it's not just about talent acquisition. It's not just about roster construction. It's not just about man management from a lineup standpoint. And it's not just about execution on the field. It's all of those things, which add up to not only are they good, they're just plain hard to beat. And sometimes in the playoffs, that's a more valuable skill. There were a couple errant throws the Brewers made in this game. And that advanced base, and I said, oh, this is over. You know what I mean? Like, you almost have to play perfect baseball to beat the Dodgers, Greg. And that's the real value of having a team put together in a way like that with a guy like Roberts. I mean, sure, the overall talent level is one thing, but the difficulty in actually getting a victory is another.
Yeah, I mean, you see a bunch of talent on one team, and that usually fails. Like, remember the Red Sox had all the talent in the world, and they failed. It happens in San Diego, Cappy, all the time. All the talent in the world, and don't make the playoffs with Soto that one year. It happens all the time. The Dodgers, you mentioned that they threw Brewers threw away balls. The Dodgers did the same thing early on in the game. In that second inning where they got the one run, they were just throwing the ball all over the place. Or maybe that was in game two.
That was game two.
Yeah, it was game two. They were throwing the ball over, and it didn't matter. It just didn't matter because the defense will pick it up, and they
can
will
make those mistakes.
They can make those mistakes where other teams can't. If you want to beat the Dodgers, beating the Dodgers 4 times in 7 games is going to be very, very tough for any team.
Flat out not happening. The Phillies weren't going to be able to do it, and the Brewers certainly can as well if they can't get the pass off their shoulders. A lot of chase swings yesterday. They seem to be all over the place. And Pat Murphy doesn't seem like he thinks they're going to win either. And I mean, he's the manager.
Nope, and he's already playing the victim card. And listen,
They're so much better than us.
One of the things about the Dodgers, again, you talk about like these little things, Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at Max Muncy yesterday. The very first batter hit a line drive. But you know what? Muncy was in the exact right spot.
You
think
the Spinorama play?
No, not that one, because that one happened in the second. This is the very first batter of the game.
Okay, that's what you're referring to. All right.
And so the thing is that it's not random. Max Muncy's not standing where he's standing because he goes, oh, this would seem like a pretty good place to play. No, he's standing where it's been scouted. He will drive the ball in this direction, maybe at this spot, be there. Because he was standing right on the edge of the grass of the first batter. He wasn't about to bunt to try and get on first base.
Sure.
So the point I'm making is that when you see guys take their hat off and they're looking at their notes, like this guy's about to come up, this is what he does, this is where I should position myself. The scouting, the advanced scouting is so precise that they're positioned to make plays.
Yeah.
Including that play in the second inning, which was spectacular. The one where Muncy throws the ball
let me explain something.
to home plate.
I didn't think he had that play in him. I don't know that anybody in the building thought that he had that play in him. I don't know if anybody on the field thought he had that play in him. He made that look much easier than it actually is. That's a tough pickup, read, and execute on the toss. That was an amazing piece of fielding.
Perfect throw.
Oh, yeah.
When he couldn't even see where he was throwing the ball because he was in the middle of doing a 180.
Yeah, blind target, and he still nailed it. It was great.
Yeah.
Great.
Hey, Big CY, so we started off, you brought in the whole Belichick thing.
Yeah.
We moved over to the Dodgers.
Okay.
Jump in here. What do you think about USC Notre Dame tomorrow?
Okay. There's a couple things I think about this. Number one is, thank God that this is going to be a decent football game in the context that USC has found a little swagger back. That was important. I remember at the beginning of the season, Morales and I did the hacky radio bit of breaking down the schedule, and we were looking at it as they could be 3 games under 500 when they got to this game. Not the case. Notre Dame kind of wallowing in the mire, yada, yada. But I still think that the thing that hangs over my head for this series, or for this game, rather, is that if this is the end of the series, like what, and it's just, you think about that. I love this rivalry. The brands of SC and Notre Dame, I've said this before on this air, to me are as important to college football as Ohio State and Michigan, if not more. Singularly, maybe not together. Ohio State and Michigan together, probably a bigger deal. But SC, Notre Dame is as good as it gets. So I'm excited for it. I think the Trojans could win this game.
I actually think they can. I'm not saying they will necessarily, because, look, everything says this.
Yep.
Notre Dame has the stronger running game. USC, who performed well on the ground last week against Michigan, their running back room is depleted. Notre Dame's got their top 2 guys, and their top guy is like the best running back in college football and considered the best running back going into the NFL
draft. Yeah.
Right. USC has one of the top passing offenses in all of college football, and Notre Dame's pass defense is not great. It's
shaky.
Okay, but it's not great. The issue is that if you're Jaden Maeva, last year you had 3 touchdown passes, but you also threw 2 pick sixes, and the second pick six was the heartbreaker last year. SC fans, you guys remember the game last year. So if it's USC and Notre Dame playing in perfect weather, I would feel that much better about SC because of the passing game.
I see.
But the inclement weather that is expected and the potential delay that could happen, all that favors Notre Dame, the home team.
Perhaps, but, weather affects both teams. And if you're talking about a team that's solid on the ground, it could be a factor. All I mean is this is about as good of a position as I could have expected USC to be in. Excuse me. This is about as good of a position as I could have expected USC to be in.
Come on, Clinton. This ain't network. You can't just pretend it didn't happen.
And Clinton, here's the thing.
You just none of us cough on the air. That's what we do.
None of us. Not one of us was like, hey, Clinton.
Could have been me. Could have been Morales Part 2.
Exactly.
The Big CY. Not one of us was like, hey, let's jump in and cover for Clinton. He's obviously coughing. We're all like, no, let's watch this play out.
Yeah, we wanted to see
what's happening here.
Let's see what's going to happen here. Is he going to
fall
choke?
to the floor?
Is he going down? At what point will we
roll? Yeah.
Right. At what point will we throw him a life preserver? But in the meantime, in the short term, let's see how it plays out.
I was in network mode. I was like, where's this damn cough button? I'm reaching blindly with my right hand.
Nah, just cough right on there.
Anyway,
do your thing.
SC is in as good of a position as I would have ever thought they were going to be in coming into this game, considering how the season started, is all I was getting at. It feels like they're not just going to be walking in there for the sake of the rivalry with only tradition behind them. They've gotten actual execution, and they're coming off of a solid win.
All right. Last thing, because this is going to be a great sports weekend. You got the Dodgers tonight. You got USC Notre Dame tomorrow. And then you've got the Rams and the Jaguars, one of 3, when I say 3 big games, we're all going to be focusing in on Rams, Jaguars. Then we'll probably get on to Chargers, Colts, which is the 1 o'clock game.
That's a huge game, too, yeah.
It's a huge game. And then the Raiders and the Chiefs, although nobody thinks that's a big game because it's on at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So, Clinton, the Rams without Puka in London.
So it's definitely without? We've got
he's out. He's been ruled out.
Schefter has reported it.
Shefty, okay. All right. Dang, that's tough. That's tough because he's such a big part of their offense. Like, never mind catching passes. He's blocking. He's downfield. He's doing all sorts of stuff.
He's motivating dudes on the sideline.
I don't know that. I mean, here's the other thing, though. As much as this is a home game for the Jags, they've played for the last 45 years in London, at least once. I don't believe in them just yet. I don't really
understand why.
I'm not really that big on Trevor Lawrence. I'm not going to lie. I don't have a problem with the guy. I just feel like it's going to turn into a pumpkin here sooner rather than later in terms of the whole Cinderella act. And I do think this is the kind of game that the Rams win under McVay. That's kind of where I am on
Let's
that.
hope.
So
my 14-3 prediction is dangling in the win right now.
14-3 prediction. Okay,
right.
Yeah.
If they lose this game, they're going to have to go undefeated the rest of the way.
You're on the Mendoza line for that. Right?
I am.
No, I get it. But I think this is a game the Jags can win. I'm not saying the Rams can win. I'm not saying I think the Jags are frauds. I just don't think they're going to win this football game.
Yeah, listen, I think Jacksonville at 4-2, and they play in a division that people don't have a lot of respect for.
Even though the Colts are in the same division?
And the Colts have – well, that's just it, though, is that the Colts are probably considered the surprise team of the league so far this year. Jacksonville's not too far behind them. The one thing about Jacksonville that I'll give them credit for is, Liam Cohen, I don't know that he's exactly credited as a McVay guy. He was part of the McVay staff. So I guess if you touch – McVay, you get a head coaching job.
You're in the tree.
Right. Liam Cohen he comes from the tree. He spent time with the Rams. He understands what McVay does that's different than other coaches. So I think that Liam Cohen is maybe the right coach for this quarterback at the right time, and that's why they're playing better football, and that's why they've already scored some really big wins. But the Rams, coming off the game last week against Baltimore, which was a good win on the road, but it was unimpressive, to be sure. No. Rams got to win this game.
Good teams beat bad teams. That's about as impressive as it needs to be for me.
The Big CY, Clinton Yates. You can hear Clinton and Friends weekdays at 7 a.m. on the ESPN LA app and, of course, on ESPN Radio. And watch it on ESPN Plus. Thank you, CY.
No problem.
Love you, Big CY.
Right now, it is time for our Dealer's Choice Real Deal. Brought to you by Sellers Advantage. Want to sell your house? Before you call an agent, call Sellers Advantage, Cappy. They'll buy it as is with a competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer. Or visit sellersadvantage.com, DRE01961658. And the CEO of Sellers Advantage, our friend Damon Wines, now joins us on YouTube and audio-wise, Cappy. He's with us. Good morning, Damon.
Hey, good morning. Thanks for having me out, Chris and Cappy.
Now, Damon, you saw what happened on Sunday night. We were texting, and I know you were texting with Cappy too. His Chiefs, he took the Chiefs, I took the Lions, and then the Lions just fell apart in the second half. What an outrage.
It was outrageous. I found myself conflicted because me and you were texting, and then I felt like I'm ganging up on Cappy because I'm like, oh, yeah, Detroit's got it easy. They're going to beat the Chiefs, no problem. And then I felt a little bad, Sorry, Cappy.
Well, hey, Damon, let me ask you, we got a big weekend. We were just talking about it with the big CY. Are you into the Dodgers-Brewers tonight? Is that something that's on your radar tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been watching every game of the playoffs, especially. I log into every game.
Okay, and then Ohtani on the mound tonight. Is tonight where the Dodgers wrap this thing up?
Ohtani's still got to show up in these playoffs. So I'm going to say yes, because I believe we are the better team, and we're at home, so they got to win tonight.
All
but
right,
the Brewers
so
are going to come with some heat. There's no question about it.
It's interesting you say that. I kind of feel like the Brewers might show up tonight and be like, guys, let's wrap this thing up here, okay? Because we are not coming back in this series. I really believe that the Dodgers have stolen their soul by taking 2 games and the pitching performances in the first 2. Damon, then Saturday, we're turning things around. We're going deep into college football. USC Notre Dame. A prediction on that game. What do you think?
I got to go with SC. And
good job,
they've
David.
got good momentum.
Good job, David.
Yeah, they've got good momentum. I've said it forever. How does SC not get the best players across the country? You're in Southern California. The weather's amazing. There's beautiful women. You're treated like a movie star if you're great. And people go to Alabama. Like, SC's got to put that program together, and it should be number 1 every year.
Well, SC at Notre Dame tomorrow should be a great game. I don't know. Again, everything points to Notre Dame, home, there's weather, they're the better running team, et cetera. Just gut tells me take SC tomorrow. And then, Damon, Sunday, we got a lot of good football games, a lot of big NFL games. Early morning, 6:30 a.m. kickoff for the Rams. Rams taking on the Jags in London. Where are you going with that one?
Well, I've id to go with the Rams.
I mean, Damon, let's just be honest about it.
I had to be a Rams fan.
Let's just be honest about it. Let's just go straight homer picks all day. I mean, come
why
on.
not?
Let's just go Dodgers, SC, Rams. Let's just go straight
We're
homer.
not going to berate you this time.
Let's call ourselves out for it. Why the hell not, right, brother?
Hey, we've all got a little bias, right? Let's live with it.
Now,
All right,
Damon, here's the exciting thing part, Cappy.
Yeah.
Damon is going to join us Tuesday for the Lakers home opener. He's going to make the trip out here to Crypto.com Arena before we all go to dinner and then go to the Lakers game for Lakers opening night. Damon's going to sit down with me, and we're going to record a Meet the Partner podcast.
You see, Damon, this is, first of all, having you on the show is a great way for our listeners to get to know you besides just knowing your name with Seller's Advantage. And then if people want to use Seller's Advantage, but they're like, well, I'd like to know a little bit more. When Chris does these interviews, and then we post them, obviously, it's just another level so that when people ultimately call Seller's Advantage, they're like, I already feel like I have a relationship with this guy. I know this guy.
Damon, we're going to go deep. I like to go deep on these things. I put on the gloves. It's like a cavity search. I want to find out all the little stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'm at that age that I've had my first colonoscopy. So
there you
I
go.
guess before I come, I'll drink that drink that they make me drink. So
Perfect.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
all ready.
Nice.
Just make a mess all over the doctor. Dr. Morales. Oh, my God. Oh, Damon, it's going to be a great weekend. Actually, I'm really looking forward to seeing you on Tuesday as well. We're going to have a great time on Tuesday night for the Lakers home opener, and we'll have a little dinner beforehand. Chrissy, have we made our plans yet on that?
No, I believe the great Samantha Lloyd, the MC for us, and Damon, of course, knows the great Samantha Lloyd. We'll figure it out, but it's going to be somewhere nice. Damon, last time he was here, we went to the new Javier's downtown. So maybe that. Maybe we'll go to our friends at Fleming's. We'll see. We'll feel it out. But we look forward to seeing Damon. Thank you, of course, for your support with Dealer's Choice every day. Now, do you have anything else for Dealer's Choice? Something to entertain Damon? Did you poop your pants or anything this week?
Damon, let me ask you something. Damon, let me ask you something because I did want to save this for the very end of the show. Damon, do you have a dog? Are you a dog lover?
Yeah, I've got 2 dogs. I've got an English bulldog and then a little fluffy Havanese.
Okay. Well, listen, I want to just give us another shout out to one of our other incredible partners, and this is Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. And Damon, if you're a dog lover, then you're going to appreciate this. On Sunday, now remember, the Rams play early, 6:30 a.m. on Sunday between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., they're having a dog adoption event at the dealership, Damon. And the first 30 people that come and adopt a dog, Omar, who's the general manager of the dealership, he's actually going to pay the $100 adoption fee. So he's going to do that for 30 people, $3,000. He really wants to get these dogs into loving homes. So they're having this pet adoption event at the dealership, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Sunday. He's going to pay the adoption fee for the first 30 people. I mean, Damon, come on, as a dog lover, you got to think that that's a pretty cool thing that Omar's doing down at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, don't you think?
I think that's an incredible thing. Getting these dogs out of the shelters, getting them into good, loving homes. That's what it's all about. I mean, sometimes I don't know what I do. So I'm giving you too much information. I watched the movie Where the Red Fern Grows as a kid, and that little boy saved up all his money and bought these hound dogs, and then they turned into national champion coon dogs. Dude, I want to be that kid my whole life. And it's always branded me with that love for dogs of just, man, they're incredible.
Yeah, they are. And I love what Omar's doing. And, boy, it was great to hear you say that, Damon. Appreciate that. Because what you've noticed is I took the seller's advantage, the real deal dealer's choice, and I infused yet another partner into.
That was impressive. That was good.
Yeah,
There's room for everybody.
Right. Yes, Damon, there is room for everybody. Have a great weekend, bro. We'll see you on Tuesday.
Take care, Damon.
Hey, thanks for having me on like always. You
Of
guys
course,
are incredible.
brother. I hope Damon doesn't text me after USC Notre Dame with like a Notre Dame golden helmet just to be a bad guy.
He's too good of a guy.
He's a good guy. Good guy.
He's a good guy.
All
Hey,
right,
speaking
Cappy.
of good guys, you know what, Chris?
Yeah?
This has been a really great week because we got a lot of good guys. Now, we have one bad guy, but we have a lot of good guys.
Are you calling me the bad guy?
I didn't say who the bad guy was. We got a lot of good guys.
The Mongrels, thank you for a great week. Have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy Rams, USC, Lakers preseason, the LA Kings, LAFC, and, of course, the Dodgers, who will sweep tonight. Have a beautiful weekend. We'll see you Monday morning at 7 a.m. Mongrels, be good, please.